Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into a time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
Comedy on this Thursday, episodes of Our Miss Brooks starring Eve Arden, Phil Harris, Alice Faye, Jack Benny, Hildegarde, and Love and Abner. That's all straight ahead. On this Thursday, this is the 15th day of May, 135th day of the year, 230 days left till we get to 2026. Johannes Kepler confirmed his previously rejected discovery of the third law of planetary motion, which he first discovered on March 8th, but soon rejected the idea after some initial calculations were made. President Abraham Lincoln signed a bill into law on this date in 1862, creating the U.S. Bureau of Agriculture. It's now the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the USDA. 1869 in New York, Susan B. Anthony, Elizabeth Cady Stanton formed the National Women's Suffrage Association in an attempt to get the right to vote. In 1905, Las Vegas founded when 110 acres, what would later become downtown, were auctioned off. 1911, the U.S. Supreme Court declared Standard Oil to be an unreasonable monopoly under the Sherman Antitrust Act and ordered the company to be dissolved. The U.S. Post Office Department, on this date in 1918, began the first regular airmail service between New York City, Philadelphia, and Washington. In 1928, the release of the animated short Plane Crazy, featuring the first appearances of Mickey and Minnie Mouse. Aboard a Boeing tri-motor aircraft on this date in 1930, Ellen Church became the first airline stewardess on a flight from Oakland, California to Chicago. In 1940, nylon stockings went on sale for the first time, and in 1940, McDonald's was founded. In the U.S. on this date in 1942, a bill creating the Women's Auxiliary Air Corps signed into law, the WACS. On this date in 1951, President Truman, speaking at the Armed Forces Day dinner in the Statler Hotel in Washington, urged everyone to remember the soldiers fighting in Korea.
I hope every one of you will go home, get down on your knees and pray for guidance to do the right thing, that these young men that are now fighting on the battlefields of Korea shall not die in vain.
President Truman on this date in 1951. Giving their first concert in Carnegie Hall in New York City on this date in 1961, Dick and Tommy, the Smothers Brothers. The Beatles' last album, Let It Be, released in the U.S. on this date in 1970. On that same date, President Nixon appointed Anna Mae Hayes and Elizabeth P. Hoisington, the first female U.S. Army generals. In Laurel, Maryland, on this date in 1972, Arthur Bremer shot and paralyzed Alabama Governor George Wallace while Wallace was campaigning to be president. Joan Rivers' stint as a late-night talk show host on Fox came to an end on this date in 1987 when the network fired her and her husband, the producer of the show.
First of all, the lawyers have said to me, my lawyers have said, please don't say anything. I've told the Fox people, they were very worried. They're all watching now with all their lawyers. I said, I will not say anything. So I'm not going to say anything. Sometimes you get together, you have differences, they have differences. Things don't work out. You know what I mean? It's nobody's fault. I have been in this business 23 years. I'm going to be in this business another 23 years.
Her husband, Edgar Rosenberg, would commit suicide 3 months later. Rivers blamed the tragedy on his humiliation by Fox. And let's face it, at that time, in 1987, Johnny Carson was a juggernaut. And meanwhile, over on NBC, Carson, who felt betrayed by Rivers taking a show opposite him without talking to him first, lashed out.
Don't worry about Tammy Baker. She just got an offer from Fox Broadcasting. I've been saving that one for a long time.
The two had a strong professional relationship for some time, and in fact, Joan Rivers was a regular guest host of the show. She considered him a mentor who had helped launch her career, and, even after Johnny retired, his successor, Jay Leno, continued not having her on the show. But in 1989, Rivers started on a daytime talk show. That show ran for 5 years, and she won a Daytime Emmy. So it was just a matter of finding her comfort zone, I guess. In 2008, California's Supreme Court overturned the state's voter-approved prohibition against same-sex marriages.
California history is being made today, and it's a love story. We can be newlyweds after 21 years together.
Yes, we're so excited. We're so excited.
Eventually, the prohibition would reach the Supreme Court and fail. Gay marriage became the law of the land. 2010, Jessica Watson became the youngest person to sail nonstop and unassisted around the world solo. 2015, a jury sentenced Johar Tsarnaev to death for the 2013 Boston Marathon bombing that killed 3 and wounded more than 250. These Boston residents agreed with the decision.
He had no qualms in doing it. He left that bomb and walked away. I think it was what was deserved. I'm good with him dying.
Tsarnaev still on death row today. In 2022, Pennsylvania Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman, the leading Democrat in the state's high-profile Senate contest, suffered a stroke on this date 3 years ago today. His campaign said he was on his way to a full recovery. In a 16-second video released by the campaign with the statement, Fetterman and his wife Giselle appeared together, with Fetterman seated and speaking clearly.
Hey everybody, it's John and Giselle. As you can see, we hit a little bump on the campaign trail.
It was on Friday. I just wasn't feeling very well, so I decided, I need to get checked out, so I went to the hospital.
Get checked out.
Yeah.
Fetterman defeated Dr. Mehmet Oz in November of 2022 to win the Senate seat. Passing away on this date in history, Jerry Falwell.
The Reverend Jerry Falwell was one of the leading figures of the religious right.
We feel that God is angry with a nation that is destroying its unborn.
In 2001, Falwell apologized after he said gays, lesbians, and feminists secularize America and help cause the September 11th terror attacks.
That one stupid statement that I made is indefensible. It is not a blip. It was a mistake.
Falwell in 1999 suggested a Teletubbies character named Tinky Winky could be a hidden symbol of homosexuality. Falwell founded Liberty University and the Moral Majority Coalition, a political action committee that encourages people to vote Christian.
Falwell passing on this date back in 2007. Others passing on this date include Johnny Cash's wife, June Carter Cash, the composer of the Star Trek theme and a lot of other music, Alexander Courage, and from Spinal Tap and Fernwood Tonight, Fred Willard, all passing away on this date in history. Those born on this date who are no longer with us include L. Frank Baum, the author of The Wizard of Oz, actor George Cotton, actor James Mason, the wonderful singer Eddie Arnold, also Trini Lopez, and singer Katie Osland, all born on this date in history.
Hi, this is Jeff Foxworthy. It is now time for the birthday announcements. The following people are now officially older than dirt.
Turning 89 years old today, the wonderful actress Anna Maria Alberghetti. 85 today for the wonderful actress-singer Lainey Kazan. Brian Eno, who you've heard his music if you've ever opened Windows 95. He did lots of other music, but he was paid a ton of money for that 6-second piece of music. From the original Spider-Man TV series, Nicholas Hammond, 75. Baseball's George Brett is 72. The man who wrote Tubular Bells, Mike Oldfield, 72. You remember that music from The Exorcist. Pro wrestler Kevin Von Erich, whose boys are they the champions? No, they are the six-man tag team champions. Kevin Von Erich of the famed Von Erich family, his dad and all of his brothers passed away in the wrestling field. Kevin's still around, though, at 68 years of age. Another pro wrestler, the first African-American champion. They call him the first WWE African-American champion. Actually, he was the WCW champion back at a time when they were still thriving. Ron Simmons, who now is only known for saying, "Damn!" And that's all he's said in a long time. 67 years of age. Also musician Ahmed Zappa, 51. From Numbers, David Krumholz is 47.
I'll start geoprofiling. I'll analyze the pattern, assign some probabilities, and create a search area.
Well, you do that, David Krumholz, from the TV show Numbers. 47 years old today is Krumholz. And turning 44 from The Sopranos, Jamie Lynn Sigler.
Our dads are in the garbage business, and it's always good for a laugh. And yeah, they brush up against organized crime. But you think they control every slime ball and illegal gun in like 100 communities?
Yeah. From The Sopranos, Jamie Lynn Sigler, 44 today. Those just a few of the people celebrating the 15th day of May as their birthday. And if this happens to be your birthday...
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, Mrs. Miller. We'll have comedy today, and we'll start off with Our Miss Brooks, starring Eve Arden from 76 years ago, May 15th, 1949. It's the Sunday edition here on this, well, the show was on Sunday, but this is Thursday, the 15th day of May here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
Civil defense is common sense. Hi, this is Tony Bennett. Make sure you're prepared if a nuclear attack ever comes.
We continue now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox with an episode of Our Miss Brooks, starring the second or third choice to be Our Miss Brooks, Eve Arden. The first choice was a big hit on Broadway and other shows, and they couldn't get her in because she, well, quite frankly, she took the role too seriously, couldn't play it comedically. But she learned how to play something else comedically, a maid. We'll tell you about that in a minute here as we listen to Our Miss Brooks from 76 years ago Sunday, May 15th, 1949.
Palmolive Soap, your beauty hope, and Luster Cream Shampoo for soft, glamorous, caressable hair bring you Our Miss Brooks, starring Eve Arden. To many people, Friday the 13th brings a feeling of impending misfortune. But our Miss Brooks, who teaches English at Madison High School, doesn't believe in such superstition.
No, indeed. I don't need any special day to be unlucky. In fact, ladders shy away when I come near them, and every mirror in the house has 7 years bad luck, because I'm always broke. Last Friday was no exception. Have you ever opened your eyes in the morning and felt that everything was going to go wrong that day, and then realized that you'd already made your first mistake by opening your eyes? Well, that's how I felt on Friday when Mrs. Davis entered my room.
Up you go, Connie. Up, up, up. Rise and shine.
I'm up, Mrs. Davis.
Up we go, out of the sack and hit the deck.
I'm hitting.
When you're down and out, lift up your head and shout, it's going to be a great day.
Well, I'll try it. It's going to be a great day. It's going to be nothing, and I know it.
Why, Connie, I'm surprised at you. You're not nervous about it being Friday the 13th, are you?
Oh, certainly not, Mrs. Davis.
Well, I am, and so is Minerva.
The cat?
Yes, especially after what happened to her this morning.
What was that?
A black dog crossed her path. Now, cheer up, Connie. You'll feel better when you've got a nice breakfast under your belt.
Breakfast? Yes, that should help.
Then you'll go to school and you'll see your pupils and your friends on the faculty.
Yes, that'll be nice.
And your principal, Mr. Conklin.
There goes breakfast. Mrs. Davis, I think you have just psychoanalyzed me. The reason I never want to get up in the morning is that I'm afraid to face Mr. Conklin.
You may not believe this, Connie, but he's probably just as afraid to face you. It's like my brother Victor's experience. You remember me talking about Victor, don't you? He's the absent-minded one.
Yes, I remember him, Mrs. Davis.
Of course, he's not as absent-minded as my sister Angela. She's really a case.
Yes, I know. But about your brother.
My brother?
Victor.
Victor? What about Victor?
You started to tell me about his experience.
Oh, yes. He's had a lot of experience. Well, I'll fix some breakfast now.
Please, Mrs. Davis, drop the other shoe. You know, your brother Victor had an experience which had something to do with my being afraid to face Mr. Conklin.
Oh, that's right. Well, Victor was terribly afraid that a certain dog in his neighborhood would bite him if he ever got too close to him. But the psychiatrist who took care of Victor explained that the dog was probably afraid that Victor was going to kick him.
And?
After a couple of months with a psychiatrist, my brother went right into that dog's yard, and they stayed there together for over an hour.
Really? What did they do?
They just stood around biting and kicking each other. Fortunately, a policeman came by and stopped it.
Yes, that was fortunate. Your brother probably couldn't have taken much more of that kicking. But, Mrs. Davis, I'm afraid my trouble with Mr. Conklin isn't merely psychological. Whenever we get together, little accidents keep occurring.
Accidents?
Yes. Ink spills on his shoes, flower pots fall on him. And yesterday, while he was bawling me out for transferring a tiny little flower pot from my windowsill to his head, he broke his glasses.
Well, maybe you better just stay out of his way for a while, dear. Now, before you do anything else, you've got to get a snapshot ready.
A snapshot?
Yes. Walter Denton called and said they're getting the yearbook ready, and he needs snaps of the faculty.
Oh.
Now, I brought in your album, and we'll pick out a nice picture together.
Fine.
Now, let's see. Where's a nice one of you, Connie?
You want to sit on the edge of the bed?
Oh, yes. I'll just sit on the edge of the bed, if I may. Oh, now let's see. Where is a nice one of you, Connie? Oh, Connie, how did you get down there on the floor?
I just came down with the mattress. Mrs. Davis, this is the second time this bed has collapsed, and you've got to do something about it.
I will, Connie. I'll see that you get lighter pillow slips. Now, you better get up and get dressed, and we can look over the album at breakfast.
All right, Mrs. Davis.
Watch those springs, Connie. They still have plenty of life in them. Connie, where are you now?
You were right about those springs, Mrs. Davis. I'm in the shower.
Now we'll just push the breakfast dishes to one side. There. And look through your album for a nice picture for the yearbook.
I haven't gone through this album in a long time.
Oh, look at this one of you, Connie. I love your hair that way, curling all over your head. Makes you look so youthful.
That's what Mother thought. She didn't cut it till I was 9 weeks old.
You look terribly cute, Connie, stretched out on that rug. What is it? Bearskin?
We certainly are. I don't think that would be the ideal picture for the yearbook, Mrs. Davis. Too dressy.
Oh, here's one taken at the beach. My, what a stunning bathing suit.
That's my French model bathing suit. It was taken at Lakeview Beach last summer.
And those sandals are exquisite. Such a pretty design. That's all handwork in the front, isn't it?
Sort of. Those are Blue Jay corn plasters. Now, I'd better get ready. Walter Denton and Stretch Snodgrass should be picking me up any minute.
Oh, they're such nice boys. But you know, Connie, I can't help but feel sorry for Stretch. He's a wonderful athlete, I know, but honestly, for a 16-year-old boy, he has the mind of an 8-year-old simpleton.
Oh, that isn't fair, Mrs. Davis. Stretch has every bit as much mentality as a 16-year-old simpleton.
Well, somewhere along the line, that boy's mental development has been arrested.
Arrested? Has been sentenced and shot. Now, if you'll put away that album...
Oh, just a minute, Connie. Has Mr. Boynton never seen you in it?
In the album?
No, in the French bathing suit you're wearing in the snapshot.
Why, no. I don't believe the bashful biologist has seen me in that.
Well, he should. That would take his eyes off his frogs for a minute. Now, let's take this picture out of the album so you can give it to the boys when they get here.
Oh, you're joking, Mrs. Davis. If Mr. Conklin saw a picture like that in the yearbook, steam would shoot through the top of his head.
Oh, I don't mean the whole picture, Connie. I've got this scissors here to cut off your head. That's all they'll need for the book. There we are. Here's your head, Connie.
Just in time, Mrs. Davis. Now I can finish my coffee. That was very nice. Oh, would you mind answering that, Mrs. Davis? I'll go get my hat and bag and put the finishing touches on my face.
Very well, Connie.
Hiya, Mrs. Davis.
Hi, Mrs. Davis.
Hello, Stretch. Walter, come in. Miss Brooks will be with you in a minute. She's just putting her face on.
Oh, we're in no hurry. Say, what's that picture you got in your hand?
This is Miss Brooks.
Let's see. Gosh, now I know what you meant when you said she's putting on her face.
Yeah, where's her head, Mrs. Davis?
Her head? Oh, she's probably got that in her purse.
Oh. Her purse? How can she get along with no head?
Coming from you, Stretch, a question like that could be very embarrassing. Apparently, this picture's been torn, Mrs. Davis.
Naturally. You said you just needed a snapshot of Miss Brooks' head for the yearbook, Walter, so we snipped that part off for you.
Oh, I get it. But, Mrs. Davis, could we have this lower part of the snapshot, too?
Well, I don't see why not, Walter. When you get through with the yearbook, you can paste both parts together again.
Gosh, if I may say so, Miss Brooks' figure sure looks beautiful in a bathing suit.
Especially in that one, Walter. That's a French bathing suit.
Yeah. How do you like it, Stretch?
Well, I don't know. I don't understand French so good.
Well, neither do I, but in this case, all you gotta do is read between the lines.
Yeah. Want me to carry the snapshot for you, Walter?
Oh, no, thanks, Stretch. It's not heavy.
Well, I see I have two chauffeurs today. Hello, boys.
Hi, Miss Brooks.
Oh, Stretch picked me up today on account of I had a little trouble with my clutch.
What kind of trouble, Walter?
I lost it.
You lost your clutch?
Oh, yes, ma'am, but I'll find it all right. It can't be much more than a block away from where the emergency brake fell off.
That's probably just a stone's throw from the motor. Oh, before I forget, here's the snapshot for the yearbook.
Snapshot of who? Oh, this is your face. Oh, thanks, Miss Brooks.
Well, we better be going if we're going.
Yes, it's getting late. Now, remember what I told you, Connie. Be sure and invite Mr. Boynton to take you swimming soon so we can see you in a bathing suit.
Please, Mrs. Davis, if Mr. Boynton wants to take me swimming, he'll take me swimming. I'm certainly not going to do anything about suggesting it to him until lunchtime.
Well, we better step on it. We got to pick up Mr. Conklin on the way to school.
Mr. Conklin?
Yeah. Harriet called me and told me that her mother had to take their car downtown early this morning, and she was counting on me to pick them up.
But if I'd known that, I would have gone to school on my pogo stick.
So would I have. We can't let Walter down now, Miss Brooks. Besides, Mr. Conklin isn't so bad. For all we know, he's just as nervous about us as we are about him.
Stretch, you're not related to Mrs. Davis's brother Victor, are you? No, I guess you just take from the same psychiatrist.
Our Miss Brooks, starring Eve Arden, will continue in just a moment. But first, here is Vern Smith. Here's wonderful news, ladies. Wonderful, wonderful news. Now there's something thrillingly new in Palmolive Soap's famous Beauty Lather. Yes, something thrillingly new. Palmolive's famous Beauty Lather now brings you new fragrance, new charm, new allure.
Millions of women will prefer Beauty Lather Palmolive over all other leading toilet soaps the minute they try it. For Palmolive Soap's famous Beauty Lather now has a new, clean, flower-fresh fragrance for new allure new charm.
So, ladies, forget all other beauty care and use Palmolive soap the way doctors advised for a lovelier complexion. Just stop improper cleansing and instead wash your face with Palmolive soap 3 times a day, massaging Palmolive's wonderful beauty lather onto your skin for 60 seconds each time to get its full beautifying effect. Then rinse. That's all. All types of skin, young, older, oily, respond to it quickly. Don't wait another day to try Palmolive's beauty lather. You'll be thrilled by its new fragrance, new charm, new allure. Thrilled again by the fresher, brighter complexion doctors prove may soon be yours.
For new loveliness all over, use big bath-size Palmolive in tub or shower.
As our Miss Brooks and the boys are on their way to pick up Mr. Conklin, let's look in on Madison's beloved principal as he and his daughter Harriet are finishing breakfast.
Well, Daddy, how did you like your breakfast?
It was very adequate, Harriet. Now, if you'll hand me my hat, please.
Here you are, Daddy.
Thank you. It's a brand new one. How do you like it, my dear?
Well, it isn't very colorful, is it, Daddy?
Very few black Homburgs are. This suit is also new. It's the latest thing, black shark skin. Do you like it?
It's real chic, Daddy.
Of course, this tie may be a trifle loud with it. It's midnight blue. Do you think it's too loud, Harriet?
I can't hear a thing, Daddy. I mean, it looks fine.
This is the outfit I had my picture taken in, the one that's pinned on the bulletin board. Inasmuch as you are the yearbook's editor, I wanted you to have a good photo.
Thanks, Daddy. Walter will appreciate it, too.
Denton? What has he got to do with this?
Well, he's associate editor of the yearbook, and he's giving us a lift today.
He doesn't give me a lift. In fact, if I may borrow an expression from the undergraduate body, he brings me down. What you see in that booby is beyond me.
He isn't a booby. Walter's the manager of the baseball team and editor of the Madison Monitor, and, well, he's just an all-around...
He's just an all-around...
Daddy!
All right. I won't say mine if you don't say yours.
I think it's very nice of Walter and Stretch to pick us up. After all, they had to get up earlier in the morning to stop for us after picking up Miss Brooks.
Miss Brooks? Will she be along?
Of course. Walter always takes her to school. What have you got against Miss Brooks?
Nothing at all, Harriet. At least nothing that some new shoes, new glasses, and a head free of a flower pot won't straighten out. I don't know what it is about that woman, but when she's in the vicinity, disaster rings in my bones. And today is Friday the 13th.
Oh, please, Daddy, you're exaggerating. Miss Brooks is probably just as nervous about facing you as you are about facing her.
I doubt it. I wish we could get to school some other way. If only it wasn't so late. Oh, well, they lifted the Berlin blockade. Maybe there's hope for me.
Well, here's Mr. Conklin's house.
Is he still sore at you, Walter?
Yeah, but I just can't seem to put my finger on the reason. Well, lately, Mr. Conklin looks upon me with the,
Would repugnance do it?
Is that bad?
Very bad.
Then that would do it. That's why I wrote the speech when I knew we were taking him to school.
Speech?
Yeah. By the time we get to Madison, my future father-in-law and I'll be buddies. Oh, before I honk the horn, I'd like you to hear the speech, Miss Brooks. It goes, Mr. Conklin, sir.
Excuse me, Walter, but Mr. Conklin, sir, and his daughter Harriet just came out on the porch.
They must have seen us pull up.
She's leading him down the steps. Something must have happened to his glasses. Oh, yes.
Hello, Miss Brooks. Hi, boys.
Hi,
Mr.
Harriet.
Conklin. Hi,
Hello.
Harriet.
How are you this morning, Mr. Conklin?
Fairly well, so far. Get in, Harriet.
Yes, Daddy. I'll sit in the front with the boys.
And you sit back here with me, Mr. Conklin. Here, I'll hold the door for you.
Thank you.
That's a lovely suit you have on. Is it new?
Yes, Miss Brooks. Brand new.
It's just your pocket, Mr. Conklin. I'll sew it up when we get to school. Go ahead, Stretch.
Mr. Conklin, sir.
Shut up, you boob.
Well, I fixed Mr. Conklin's suit and unruffled his feathers when we got to school. And by lunchtime, I was beginning to lose some of my feeling of foreboding, especially since Mr. Boynton had invited me to the cafeteria for lunch. Remembering Mrs. Davis's advice, I thought I'd try and get Mr. Boynton to ask me out swimming so I could show off my French bathing suit. I was extremely subtle about it. Did you enjoy your lunch, Mr. Boynton?
Oh, very much, Miss Brooks.
Me too. Let's go for a swim.
Swim? Isn't it a little early for that sort of thing?
Well, we could wait till after school. It'll be later then.
I mean, early in the year. It's still quite brisk out.
Oh, once you get in, the water's warm. Especially at Lakeview Beach. That's only an hour's drive from here.
No, I'm afraid I don't care much for beaches, Miss Brooks. They're bad for my sinus trouble.
Oh.
I like swimming in a pool, though.
Wonderful, Mr. Boynton. Let's go for a swim in your pool.
I'm afraid that's impossible, Miss Brooks. My pool's at the YMCA.
I guess it would alter their routine a bit if I were to walk in there. Well, I know what we might do. Work on your lawn for a while.
I don't have any lawn, Miss Brooks. I live in a bachelor apartment. All I've got's a window box.
Perfect. That's just what we'll do.
What's just what we'll do?
We'll put on bathing suits and water your window box.
Why do we have to put on bathing suits to water a window box?
All right. You wear what you want, and I'll wear what I want.
No, I'm afraid I won't be free this afternoon, Miss Brooks. You see, I've been searching high and low for another frog like my pet McDougal. He's a Leptodactylus pentodactylus, you know.
That's obvious.
I can't seem to find one anywhere. None of the laboratory supply houses handle them, and, well, I've got to get one for an experiment.
If I bump into one, I'll give you a buzz. Now, if you'll excuse me, Mr. Boynton, I'm going over to the dessert counter. It's getting pretty crowded in here.
Oh, is there something I can get for you, Miss Brooks?
No, I rather enjoy the exercise. I can still get a good post position right on the rail. See you in a few minutes. Oh, I'm terribly sorry, sir. It was all my fault.
Yes, it was, Miss Brooks.
Mr. Conklin, I didn't recognize you. You've got new glasses on.
I wish you had them on.
Sit down, Mr. Conklin. I'll replace everything you had on your tray. Now, what can I get you?
Well, suppose we start off with some nice split pea soup.
Split pea soup, yes, sir. About how much?
About as much as I now have in my vest pockets. And Miss Brooks, after you've served me and before you go back to your classroom, stop at the bulletin board, will you?
The bulletin board?
Yes. There's a picture of me on it, and I'd like you to see just how this suit looked before I met you.
There, that'll teach him to call me a boob.
It sure looks funny, Walter. Miss Brooks in a bathing suit with Mr. Conklin's head nailed on the shoulder. But this won't get Miss Brooks in trouble, will it, Walter?
How can it get her in trouble? These could be anybody's legs.
Anybody but Mr. Conklin's, that is.
Let's get out of here, Stretch. Somebody's coming.
Okay, but I'd sure like to see Mr. Conklin's face when he spots this picture.
Well, here's the bulletin board, Mr. Boynton. Mr. Boynton, do you see what I see?
Yes, I think so, Miss Brooks. Is this the suit Mr. Conklin wanted you to see him in?
That happens to be me, Mr. Boynton. It was taken at Lakeview Beach.
You? Well, that must be a pretty old snapshot. Frankly, I like you better without the mustache.
Thank you. I'm a lot less bald now, too. Those darn kids must have put my picture over Mr. Conklin's for a rib. But if he finds out this is my picture, he'll take my head off permanently.
Maybe we will drive to Lakeview Beach this afternoon. First, I better get this picture down, Miss Brooks. They didn't use thumbtacks. These are real nails, and they're hammered way in.
Oh, I'd better find a hammer to pick them out with. Come on, Mr. Boynton. The keys to the supply room are in Mr. Conklin's office.
Here's his door, Miss Brooks. I'd better knock.
Oh, don't bother. Mr. Conklin must still be at lunch. You wait here, Mr. Boynton. I'll go in and get the keys.
How do you do?
I was just coming in, Mr. Conklin.
I was just going out, Miss Brooks.
I thought you were still in the cafeteria.
I wish I were. Just for a moment, gaze upon me.
Yes, sir.
It will be evident even to you that by banging the door in my face, you have broken my glasses. The regrettable fact remains, however, that even without my glasses, I can still see you.
I just wanted to get a hammer, Mr. Conklin.
A hammer? You've done a splendid job without a hammer. Miss Brooks, call me a foolish dreamer if you will, but somehow I had hoped that today's pocket-ripping and soup-spilling incidents would appease your voracious appetite for mayhem. But no. No, for the second time in a few days, you have shattered my glasses.
Please, Mr. Conklin, I can't stand this war of nerves. If you hold me responsible for those accidents, why are you so restrained? You've got high blood pressure. Use it. I mean, give me a good, loud dressing down and get it out of your system.
Miss Brooks, such crude behavior would be unbecoming to the principal of a high school. To lose control in the presence of others is to betray ill breeding. Now then, would you be good enough to excuse me for a moment while I walk over to the closet?
Of course, Mr. Conklin.
Thank you, my dear. I feel much better now. And here, I found a hammer in the closet. You may have it, Miss Brooks.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Conklin. I'll just take this. I'm sorry I dropped the hammer on your foot, Mr. Conklin.
That's all right. I have another foot.
Oh, Miss Brooks, could I see you for a minute?
Why, Stretch, school's been out for 10 seconds. Why are you loitering in the hall?
Oh, I've been looking for you, Miss Brooks. I even asked Mr. Conklin if he knew where you were. But a funny thing, the minute I mentioned your name, he ran into the closet.
Yes, I know.
Why did he do that, Miss Brooks?
Quiet, Stretch. That's why. Now, what did you want to see me about, Stretch?
Well, Harriet Conklin wanted a full-figure picture of you for the yearbook, so I pasted your head to the lower part of the picture we took off the bulletin board.
I've never had a full-figure picture in the yearbook. I guess Friday the 13th isn't so unlucky after all, unless you happen to be Mr. Conklin.
Oh, there you are, Miss Brooks. Isn't it terrible?
Isn't what terrible, Walter?
Harriet Conklin just got the proofs back for the yearbook. Look at the snapshot section. Look here where it says, "This is our Miss Brooks."
Oh, let's see. Oh, no. Stretch, you pasted the wrong parts together. This is a picture of my face attached to a blubbery body wearing a black sharkskin suit.
Gee, maybe there is something to Friday the 13th.
Oh, it's an awful break, Miss Brooks. Every teacher and student at Madison will see this. You'll be the laughing stock of the whole school.
Gosh, I wouldn't blame you if you bursted out crying.
Not me, boys. To lose control in the presence of others is to betray ill breeding. Will you excuse me a minute?
And now, Miss Brooks?
I just want to borrow your closet, Mr. Conklin.
Returns in just a moment, but first...
Dream girl, beautiful luster cream girl.
Tonight, show him how much lovelier your hair can look after a Luster Cream shampoo. Only Luster Cream brings you Kay Daumit's magic formula blend of secret ingredients plus gentle lanolin. Gives loveliness lather even in hardest water. Glamorizes your hair as you wash it. Luster Cream. Not a soap, not a liquid, but a dainty cream shampoo. Leaves hair fragrantly clean, free of loose dandruff, glistening with sheen, soft, manageable. Gives new beauty to all hairdos or permanents. 4-ounce jar, $1. Smaller sizes, either tubes or jars. Tonight, try Luster Cream shampoo. and be a
Dream girl, beautiful luster cream girl, you owe your crowning glory to a luster cream shampoo.
And now, once again, here is our Miss Brooks.
Well, it looked as if the day might end a little better than it began when Mr. Boynton took my arm as we were leaving the school and said,
Let's hurry, Miss Brooks. I'd like to get to Lakeview Beach while the sun's still out.
"Oh, fine, Mr. Boynton, but let's stop at the house and pick up my French bathing suit."
Oh, you won't need a bathing suit, Miss Brooks.
And why are we going to Lakeview Beach?
Because of that picture of you on the bulletin board. We've got to stop at the same spot where that picture was taken.
But why?
Well, I noticed in the snapshot there was a Leptodactylus pentodactylus frog right near your left foot.
Well, if you don't mind, Mr. Boynton, I'd still like to pick up my bathing suit.
For what?
If it fits the frog, you two can go steady.
Next week, tune into another Our Miss Brooks show brought to you by Palmolive Soap, Your Beauty Hope, and Luster Cream Shampoo for soft, glamorous, caressable hair. Our Miss Brooks, starring Eve Arden, is produced by Larry Burns, written and directed by Al Lewis, with music by Wilbur Hatch. Here's good shaving news. 3 men out of every 4 can get more comfortable, actually smoother shaves with Palmolive Brushless Shaving Cream. This is not just a claim. Here's the proof. 1,297 men tried the Palmolive brushless way to shave, described on the tube. And no matter how they shaved before, 3 men out of every 4 got more comfortable, actually smoother shaves. Try Palmolive brushless yourself. See if you don't get more comfortable, actually smoother shaves the proved Palmolive brushless way. For mystery liberally sprinkled with laughs, listen to Mr. and Mrs. North, the exciting, fun-packed adventures of an amateur detective and his beautiful wife. Tune in Tuesday evening over most of these same stations. And be with us next week at the same time for another comedy episode of Our Miss Brooks. Bob Lamont speaking. Stay tuned now for Life with Luigi, which follows over most of these stations. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Eve Arden was the third choice to be our Miss Brooks. The second choice, I should say, was Lucille Ball. She was already committed to My Favorite Husband. She didn't even audition. The first choice, though, ended up playing a maid on television. She also had a breakout role on Broadway in Come Back Little Sheba. But she's best remembered by people today by playing the maid Hazel on television. Shirley Booth, the first choice to be our Miss Brooks. Problem they had with her was that she was too doggone serious. She couldn't find the humor in the situation. And because of that, she didn't get the role. Our Miss Brooks, starring Eve Arden, 76 years ago, May 15, 1949. And some people asked Eve Arden along the way. Eve Arden said, she wished she'd been on Broadway. She wanted that career. And people pointed out to her, even in the biggest show, you're only seen by a few 100,000 people. You're on radio, you're on television, you're in the movies, you're seen by millions. You've got a bigger career. She finally accepted that after some time. All right, Sunday, May 15th, 1949. We'll go to Phil Harris and Alice Faye after we take a look at the news from that Sunday next.
This is Art Linkletter. In event of atomic bombing or some other catastrophe, here's something important to remember. It will help save lives, including your own. Do not use the telephone. Leave the line open for official rescue and relief. This is your part in civil defense. Remember, don't use the phone. Leave the line clear for safety of your own life and the lives of others.
Art Linkletter was already a big hit on radio before he went to television with People Are Funny and moved to television, did The House Party. He was already a big star. So there you go. We're listening to a couple of shows from this date, 76 years ago, May 15th, 1949. Here are some of the headlines from that date. Western Allied experts began mapping a common strategy last night to cope with a possible Russian about-face agreement to their major proposals on Germany at the Big Four Foreign Ministers Conference. Top Western officials in France and Germany believe Russia may have decided to shift its tactics drastically, abandoning short-term gains in favor of long-range hopes for control of a unified Germany 4 or 5 years hence. A jobless, rejected suitor fatally shot his 17-year-old sweetheart yesterday in a rage of jealousy as they sat on the living room sofa in her home. He fled to a pasture and killed himself as police closed in. Gerhard Eisels dragged kicking and yelling off the Polish liner Battery last night and clapped into jail to await legal action aimed at returning him to the U.S. Eisler, the number one communist agent in the U.S., will be held behind bars in the basement cell of Southampton's police headquarters until Monday, when he will be taken to London to face extradition proceedings at the Bow Street court. A honeybee sting killed 5-year-old Walden Keith Vogel. He died at Greenwich, Ohio, about 10 minutes after he was stung. Physicians said poison from the bee combined with an allergic condition from a previous bee sting apparently paralyzed his heart. He was stung on the left shoulder. Chinese communist troops appeared to have fought into Shanghai's main defense ring and were a scant 10 miles from Wusong, the city's escape hatch to the sea. Shelling could be seen from skyscrapers. Army pilots flying a jet plane at 500 miles per hour near Anchorage, Alaska, knocked out by an explosion. When the pilot came to and landed, he found a goose had collided with the plane, tore a 10-inch hole in the wing. 10 pounds of meat and feathers found in a duck chamber. An early shopper went into the Sears and Roebuck in Richmond, Virginia, the hard way. He rammed his car through locked double doors at a side drive-in entrance 15 minutes before the store's opening. Took him 4 tries, but he made it, shoving a sign before him. Then he slugged and hit the 6 men it took to hold him for the police. Most of Woodridge, New Jersey plunged into darkness when a light pole cut clean through at the bottom collapsed. Residents reported seeing a man with a saw saunter through the street just before the pole fell. And 2 odd notes from Zanesville, Ohio. A used car dealer passed out 100 $2 bills on a street corner to celebrate his anniversary. Most folks wouldn't take them. There was even a distrust of $2 bills back in 1949. And Earl Myers, 21, going into a coffin in a 6-foot grave, trying to break the record of L.G. McIntyre, same city, who spent 42 years in a grave. Those are some of the day's news stories, as reported in the newspapers of Sunday, May 15, 1949. On your radio, we'll get to Phil Harris and Alice Faye next.
The international struggles of our world may lead to nuclear holocaust. To survive, you must have protection from radioactive fallout.
In the past, heavy equipment necessitated a long, costly operation for out-of-home shelter installation.
Today, Survival basement-type shelters offer a combination steel and concrete do-it-yourself fallout shelter.
Civil Defense approved, Survival offers maximum protection from fallout and falling debris, plus a basic equipment kit for family survival.
There's low initial cost and FHA approval. Nothing down and 5 years to pay.
For your family's protection, see a Survival shelter today.
You can read more about the phenomenon that was the Survival Fallout Shelter by checking in the show notes. CBS was beginning to have just a really huge night on Sunday nights. At this time, on this particular Sunday, May 15th, 1949, it led off like this. Ozzie and Harriet had not yet moved to ABC with their guaranteed contract for television and radio. They were at 6:30 on CBS. That was followed by a fella named Benny. Jack, we'll We'll hear from an earlier show from his a little later. But also Amos and Andy at 7:30, Sam Spade at 8 o'clock, Lum and Abner at 8:30 for a half hour, the Helen Hayes Theater at 9, Our Miss Brooks at 9:30, Life with Luigi at 10, and It Pays to Be Ignorant at 10:30. Big night on CBS. Over on NBC, you had the Martin and Lewis Show. You had Dick Powell, Phil Harris, and Alice Faye at 7:30, whom we'll hear in a moment. They were followed by Fred Allen, then Henry Morgan, the NBC Theater, the American Album of Familiar Music, Take It or Leave It, and Horace Heidt. So that was what they had come up with to try to be competitive against NBC. Of course, Phil Harris and Alice Faye had been at 7:30 on Sunday nights for a very, very long time, especially when Jack was in that same time slot. They were back to back. They always had to have in Phil's last year of his contract with Benny, and they split networks. They had to make sure that Jack script got him in the first 15 minutes of the show so that he could rush over to NBC. And there were many times that he was doing it on foot because traffic was so heavy. So Phil Harris, Alice Faye, 7:30 Sunday nights on NBC. And we'll hear an episode from 76 years ago. And this episode is entitled The Cadillac in the Swimming Pool.
Good health to all from Rexall. Yes, it's Sunday. Time for the Phil Harris Alice Faye Show. Presented by the makers of Rexall Drug Products and 10,000 independent Rexall family druggists.
Good evening. This is your Rexall family druggist, taking a little time from behind the prescription counter this Sunday evening to speak for all 10,000 of us. The 10,000 independent druggists who have added the word Rexall to our own store names. You can always tell us by the orange and blue Rexall sign on our windows. The sign means that we carry the 2,000 or more drug products made by the Rexall Drug Company. They range all the way from aspirin to penicillin, and they're as fine and pure and dependable as science can make them. We independent druggists recommend them to our customers because we know you can depend on any drug product that bears the name Rexall.
Good health to all from Rexall. And now your Rexall family druggist brings you the Phil Harris Alice Faye Show. Written by Ray Singer and Dick Chevrolet, with Elliot Lewis, Walter Tetley, Robert North, Janine Roos, Ann Whitfield, Walter Sharp and his music, yours truly, Bill Foreman, and starring Alice Faye and Phil Harris. Mr. Scott of the Rexall Company is having a lawn party at his home this afternoon. Many distinguished persons have been invited, and as we look in, we find Mr. and Mrs. Scott going over their guest list.
Grace, let's check the guest list once more and make sure that all the important people have been invited.
Very well, dear. This is the list. Mr. and Mrs. Phil Harris, Mr. Frank Remley.
No,
Mr.
no, dear. Not the names I crossed out. Just read the ones we invited.
Darling, I already invited the Harrises. I think she's a charming woman.
So do I. It's that Tennessee boll weevil I object. Must we have him?
Well, I think we should. After all, he's the star of your radio program, and you're the one who hired him.
I know. I know.
You signed him for 2 years, and he still has another year to go.
Stop pouring salt on my wound. Ever since Harris has been on the air for Rexall, I've been a nervous wreck. I've got pains all over. My right arm is muscle-bound.
Darling, I don't follow you. What's Phil Harris got to do with your arm being muscle-bound?
I'll explain. Because of me, Phil Harris is on the air every Sunday night.
So
every Monday morning, I have to write letters to 10,000 independent druggists apologizing. Now, Grace, please tell me you didn't invite that Frank Remley character.
Well, I called him at his office, but I couldn't reach him.
His office?
Yes, dear. Mr. Harris gave me the number, but Mr. Remley was too busy to talk to me.
Remley was too busy to talk to you?
Yes, he was watching a television show, and the bartender wouldn't disturb him.
Well, thank goodness you couldn't reach him. Without Remley, I can stand Harris for an hour or so.
I'm afraid you'll have to tolerate him a little longer than that. Mrs. Harris is lending us some garden chairs, and he's bringing them over this morning. I told him he might as well stay on for the party.
Oh, goody. A whole day with old Wavy Wig.
Phil, will you please hurry up? We have to get those chairs over to the Scotts this morning.
All right, honey. Wait till I finish my milk. I've only got about 3 fingers left to drink.
Phil, do you suppose the Scotts invited us just because they needed chairs?
Oh, don't be silly. We were probably the first ones on their guest list.
Daddy, can we go to this party?
No, I'm sorry, kids, but this is just for grown-ups. You see, they're going to have a lot of important people there.
Daddy, are you important?
Am I important? Alice, you got to have a talk with this child. She's got to be straightened out on a few things. Tell her how important I am. Go on, tell her all the things that make me important.
No, you'd better tell her. You've got them memorized. Who else has been invited to the Scotts party, Phil?
I don't know, but you can bet that only the best people in town are going to be there.
Oh, you weren't invited, eh, Philip?
Well, looky, here comes Schnooky. For your information, I was invited, Willie. I got a ResVip.
A ResVip?
Yes, RSVP, ResVip. Scotty insisted that Alice and me come to the party.
He insisted, indeed. He wanted Alice, and he felt that he was forced to ask you. He's probably hoping that you won't show up.
William, why are you always so terse with me? I've done nothing to warrant your caustic diatribe.
Phil, what was that?
Just a little something Ronald Coleman laid on me.
Anyway, Phil, was Frankie invited?
No, he wasn't, honey, and I can't understand why.
Well, Mr. Scott didn't invite Francis because he doesn't want him, and I hope he has sense enough to stay away.
Well, don't worry about Remley. He don't go to parties where he's not wanted. He's a very sensitive guy. And he never... Come in! Oh, hello, Frankie.
Hiya, Curly. How do you like this new suit I bought for Scott's party? Hi, Alice.
Well, if it isn't little old sensitive Frankie.
Hey, Remley, I'm glad you're going. Scott sent you an invitation, huh?
No. What time are we supposed to be at the party?
Francis, surely you're not serious about going to the party.
Why not?
Mr. Scott didn't ask you because he doesn't like you.
Well, I don't like him either, but I'm not going to be petty about it.
Now, wait a minute, Frankie. You can't go someplace where you're not wanted.
Now, look, why don't we do this, Phil? Let Frankie come with us when we take the chairs to Mr. Scott. And when he sees Frankie, he'll probably invite him, and everything will be all right. And if Mr. Scott doesn't want him, he can always leave.
Sure, we'll never miss the old sourpuss. Hey, we ought to have a great time at this party.
Sure we will. Hey, do you think they might ask me to sing?
If they're smart, they won't.
Now, just a moment, Mr. Remley. I'm tired of having you make fun of my voice. I can sing, and I'm going to show you.
Oh, Phil, not now. We have to get the chairs over.
They can wait. I'm going to prove once and for all that I have a great voice. And I'm going to prove it right now.
Go ahead. When you get through singing, call me. I'll be inside listening to the frost warnings.
Young Johnny Jones, he had a cute little boat, and all the girlies he would take for a float. He had girlies on the shore, cute little peaches by the score. But Johnny was a Weisenheimer, you know. His steady girl was slow. And every Sunday afternoon, she'd jump in his boat and they would spoon. And then he'd row, row, row. Way up that river he would row, row, row. A hug he'd give her then, he'd kiss her now and then. She would tell him when. They'd fool around, and then they'd kiss again, and then they'd row. Way up that river they would row. Then he'd drop both his oars, take a few more encores, and then they'd row. In Johnny's boat he had a cute little seat, and all the kisses that he stole were so sweet. And he knew just how to row. He was a rowing Romeo. He had an island where the trees were so grand. He knew just where to land. Then tales of love he'd tell the slow, until it was time for them to go. And then he'd row. Right up that river he would row so slow. A hug he'd give her then, he'd kiss her now and then. She would tell him when. He'd fool around, and he'd kiss again. Way up that river he would row, just he and Flo. With her head on his chest, he'd take a few measures rest, and then he'd row, just he and Florence. Row right into heaven. Row. He had no Johnson motors, so Johnny and Flo would row. How'd you like that, Frankie? Pretty cold in Pomona. What do you know? How'd you like it, Alice?
They're firing the smudge pots in Redlands. Oh, come on, Phil. You and Frankie put the chairs in the car and we'll get over to the Scotts, huh? Phil, Mr. Scott's car is in the driveway, so you'd better park out front here.
Okay, I'll park right here. All right, come on, Frankie. Give me a hand with these chairs.
Hello there.
Oh, hiya, Chief.
Hello, Mr. Scott.
It's good to see you. I must say you look charming. You know, you get younger and prettier every day. How do you do it?
I owe it all to clean living.
Yes.
Someday I might make my secret of eternal youth available to the public.
Oh, what a magnanimous gesture. Mrs. Harris, I'm glad you and your man of tomorrow could come over early.
As long as I'm here early, I'll go in and see if I can help Mrs. Scott.
Oh, thank you very much. Harris, can I help you take the chairs out of the car?
No, I brought someone along to help me. Yeah, I'm here, Scotty.
Oh. I guess we all have days when we should have stood in bed.
I hear you're having a party today, Scotty. I said I hear you're having a party today.
Maybe if I don't answer, he'll go away.
I didn't get an invitation in the mail. Could it be because it was misaddressed? Or maybe you didn't put a stamp on it. I can't imagine why I didn't get it.
Could it be because I didn't send you one?
You and your wild guesses. Mr. Scott, I brought Frankie along because I knew you'd want him here. After all, what would a party be like without Francis?
I don't know, but we're going to find out.
Mr. Scott, let's not beat around the bush. If you don't want me, say so.
I don't want you.
Let's go around the bush once more. There must be a solution to this problem.
There is. You can go home.
No, that don't appeal to me.
Remley, I'm warning you. If you insist on staying here, I'm leaving.
That's the most sensible suggestion you made yet.
Remley, if you don't get out of here, I'll call...
Now, wait a minute, fellas. Wait a minute. Let's not fight. Now, can't we settle this thing amicably? Mr. Scott, I think it would be nice if you, the boss, invited Frankie the employee to your social gathering. It would prove something.
What?
Well, it would show the world that labor and capital can travel hand in hand to an ultimate utopia.
Look, I don't
because
want... our ideologies are different don't mean we can't live in the same world together.
But let's foster brotherly love. The spirit of true Americanism is at stake here.
Yeah, remember the Maine. And remember the Alamo.
Let's not forget what they fought for at Ephrata Protomax. This is the land of the free,
where all men are created equal.
From every mountain side, let freedom.
Will you two stop this?
Oh, I can't stand any more of this. Harris, would you mind carrying the chairs down in back of the house? We're holding the garden party around the swimming pool.
Okay, but don't worry. We'll take care of everything.
Remley, as long as you insist on staying, you will have to excuse me. I have to go down the street to see somebody.
Who?
My lawyer. I want to know if I can get an injunction against you. Goodbye.
Good old Scotty. I knew he'd invite me.
Yeah. Well, come on, Frankie. Let's carry these chairs down to the pool.
Okay. Hey, Curly, the pool's at the bottom of that steep hill. These chairs will have to make a few trips. Why don't we just drive your car down?
That's a good idea. We can just... Yeah, but wait a minute. We'd have to move Scott's car out of the driveway. I'll tell you, look, Remley, you drive his car down to the garage, and I'll go get mine.
Okay. Hey, Curly, I can't drive Scott's car down. There's no key in it.
Remley, you don't need a key. It's on a hill. You can coast it down. Just release the handbrake.
Oh. There she goes, Curly. Now what do I do?
Oh, no, Remley, you were supposed to get in the car.
You just told me to release the handbrake. You didn't tell me to get in.
Well, look at the way it's rolling down. Remley, do something. Stop it.
Stop it, he said. Hey, car!
Come back here. Remley. Now, come on. We got to try and catch it.
Hey, look, it's heading for the fence. That ought to stop it.
It didn't. Cheap lumber, I guess. Remley, it's heading for the pool.
Well, that ought to stop it. It can't possibly go any further. Told you that would stop it.
Right into the water.
Don't worry. The new Cadillac. With those fishtails, it should be able to swim.
Remley, it ain't swimming. It's sitting on the bottom. I ought to take you with a
Temper. Let's not get excited. We got a simple problem. All we got to do is figure how to get a Cadillac out of a swimming pool.
That's all we got to figure.
That's all.
All we got to do is to write General Motors and ask them how to salvage one of their convertible submarines. Frankie, we got to get it out of there before somebody discovers it. If we ever get caught with that thing...
Oh, Phil!
Uh-oh, here comes Hank, the night watchman.
Phil, what was that crash I heard out here? It sounded like... Phil! There's a car in the pool.
Car pool?
Don't be silly, honey. Well, they haven't had carpool since the war ended.
Why, it's Mr. Scott's Cadillac. How did it get in there?
He's a very sloppy parker.
Yeah, you see, he parks his car in the pool every night. And that way, when he leaves in the morning, it's already washed.
Cut it out. Did you fellas do this?
Well, we might as well tell her the truth, Remley.
Yeah, I guess we'll have
All right. How did it happen?
Well, Mr. Scott left his car standing out in the hot sun.
I see. And it got overheated, so it went in for a dip.
Oh, Alice, do you expect us to believe that?
Yeah, look, honey, you're going to have to come up with a better excuse than that. Now, just how did you get that car in the pool?
Well, I was talking to Mrs. Scott. Wait a minute, I didn't do anything. Oh, fellas, I don't know how you got it in there, but you'll have to get it out before Mr. and Mrs. Scott see it.
How?
Well, use our car and tow it out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's it. Now, look, honey, you go in and keep Mrs. Scott occupied so she doesn't see what we're doing.
All right, but make sure you get that car out. Mother wanted me to marry a lawyer. Father wanted me to marry a doctor. But did I listen? Nah. I had to be a wise guy and wind up with a trap drummer.
had my own ratchet.
Come on, Ratch, let's get your car.
Remley, look, I've been thinking about something.
What?
My car's too light to pull that heavy car out of that pool.
Yeah, you might. Wait a minute, look. Scott's got another car in the garage, a big Lincoln.
Lincoln?
Yeah, that ought to be able to pull it out.
Yeah. Now, look, I'll get a heavy chain out of my trunk, and you back the Lincoln up to the pool. Huh, Remley? Wait a minute.
Come on.
Back it, I said up to it, not in it. Well, we got the chain around the rear axle of the Lincoln. All we got to do now is put the other end of the chain around the bumper of the Cadillac.
That's all. Well, which one of us is going to dive down and attach it?
That's simple. You.
If it ain't that simple, I ain't going. Why don't you do it?
I can't swim.
Then you're the guy to do it. You'll get down to the bottom faster.
Look, Remley, somebody's got to go down there and
back somebody else. I ain't no fish. I ain't...
What are you two fellas doing here?
Well, if it ain't Julius, the Barracuda.
Little carp face himself.
What are you guys up to? Why you got that Lincoln on the lawn?
Because we got a Cadillac in the pool.
Oh, that's different. You got a what in the where?
We got a Cadillac in the pool.
Oh, I gotta report these guys to the juvenile authorities. They just do these things to derange my immature brain.
He's telling you that we got a car in the pool. Now, if you don't believe it, look for yourself.
Yeah, bend over the pool and look straight down.
Let me see. Hey, you guys ain't kidding.
Curly's bending over.
So he is. Shall we conga?
Let's.
1, 2, 3, hit!
Look at that, he went right straight down.
Yeah. Look at him down there. Hey, Remley.
Huh?
Quick, while he's still on the bottom, throw him the chain.
Yeah. Oh, look, he's surfacing.
Yeah. Man the harpoon.
Right.
What are you, couple of wise guys or something?
Julius, as long as you're swimming, do us a favor. Dive down to the bottom and attach the chain to that bumper.
Go bang your heads together. I'm getting out of this pool.
Not until you attach this chain.
Don't tell me what to do. I'm climbing out of here. Quit stomping on my little fingers.
Will you put the chain on?
All right, you monsters. Probably safer down there anyway. Here I go.
Hey, Remley.
Huh?
How long do you think it'll take him?
Oh, we'll be down there about 10 minutes.
Can a person stay underwater that long?
Sure.
And stay alive?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Hey, look, he's coming up already.
Oh.
Well, I got it attached.
Thanks, kid. You can come on out now.
I'll get even with this. One of these days, if I stay away from you guys, I'm going to grow up. And when I do...
Oh, stop peeping, will you? Take the water out of your head. Look, Julius, Frankie and me are going to get the Lincoln and start pulling that Cadillac up. Now, you stay here and let us know how it's coming out.
Okay. Fellas, the best way to do this is leave a little slack in the chain and then start with a sudden jerk.
Wait a minute, kid. Listen, kid, don't tell me how to do this. I'm a grown man and I know more about it than you do. Now, come on, Frankie, get in.
Yeah. How you going to do this, Curly?
I got it all figured out. Best thing to do is to leave a little slack in the chain and then start with a sudden jerk. Let her go. Hang on, here we go. Right. Hey, Remley, we must be getting out. We're moving.
Yeah.
She's awful heavy, though. It's dragging.
Hey, Curly, isn't the lawn level here?
Yeah.
Why is the car pointing uphill?
Hey, fellas!
What?
You better come back here and get your rear wheels.
Rear wheels? Oh, Frankie, what did you do? Let's get out and look. Oh, Remley, look, we ripped out the whole rear end out of this car.
You did it again, didn't you?
Let's keep it plural. We did it. Now, what are we going to tell Mr. Scott?
Don't tell him anything. Maybe he won't notice it.
Oh, notice it. How can he help it? Look at the way it's squatting. What are you laughing at?
Mr. Scott's got the only Lincoln that starts from a crouching position.
Will you, kid, get going? We're in enough trouble. Uh-oh, Remley. Here comes Scotty. He's going to murder us when he...
Remley, I just saw my lawyer, and he said I can't do a thing. So I fired him. But I've got half a mind.
You got half a Lincoln, too.
What are you talking? Oh, no! What happened to my car?
Something wrong with it?
Something wrong? Half of it's here and half of it's down there. Look at it.
Yeah, it looks a little bit like a dachshund.
Oh, my beautiful $6,000 special Lincoln cut in half. What can I do with it?
Do what the Santa Fe does with the Chief. Run it in 2 sections.
Oh, you two. I'll take care of you later. Right now, I'd better tow this out of the driveway before my guests come. I'll get my Cadillac. My Cadillac. It was over in the... Where's my Cadillac?
Oh, that's in the pool.
Oh, in the pool. In the pool! Oh, no! No! My Cadillac in the pool! My Lincoln torn in half! Both my cars ruined! What am I going to do?
Sell your house and move near a bus stop.
You're responsible for this. I'm in no condition to have a party. But at least I'll have the pleasure of taking care of you two. Come here.
He's not having a party. We might as well go, Curly.
Yeah, ain't no sense in hanging around. So long, Scotty.
Come back here. Come.
No. You didn't want me before, so I'm not going to stay now.
And if Frankie can't stay, I'm not going to stay either.
All I want to do is get my hands off you.
Curly's gaining on us.
If I catch you, I'll tear you limb from limb. I'll rip you apart. I'll throttle you with my bare hands.
Full speed ahead, Remley.
Come back, you coward!
Alice and Phil will be back in just a moment. But first, here's your Rexall family druggist.
Everyone knows that vitamins are necessary to life, but a lot of people don't know how scientists measure these mysterious substances to be sure they're present in vitamin products in the proper quantity. The other day I told a customer that in Rexall's laboratory, certain vitamins are measured by seeing how brightly they glow.
Glow? Oh, what on earth do you mean?
Just what I said, ma'am. Rexall's men of science can check small amounts of certain vitamins in a product by determining how much light they give off.
Look, I know Rexall scientists are good, but this you've got to explain.
Well, here's how it's done. First, the vitamin is treated with a chemical that makes it fluorescent under ultraviolet light. In other words, it glows.
I'm with you so far.
Then it's placed in a machine where a photoelectric cell, you might call it an electric eye, receives this glow and transmits it in terms of electricity to a special kind of meter. The amount of electricity registered on this meter is the exact measurement or weight of the vitamin. Believe it or not, this method can measure vitamin substances down to 1 gamma. And that, ma'am, is 1/28 of an ounce.
No wonder you never hesitate to recommend Rexall drug products.
Me and 10,000 other independent Rexall druggists, ma'am. And it's only natural. You see, we know that all of the 2,000 or more drug products made by the Rexall Drug Company get the same kind of up-to-the-minute testing, the same patient, painstaking care. That's why in every store with the orange and blue Rexall sign on the windows, there's a family druggist who will tell you you can depend on any drug product that bears the name Rexall.
Good health to you all from Rexall.
Well, Phil, you and Frankie really messed up Mr. Scott's party yesterday. I wonder what he's going to do with his 2 cars.
He's trying to sell them. Got an ad here in the paper. Look, it says, for sale cheap. A disjointed Lincoln and a waterlogged Cadillac. Hey, do you think he's mad at me and Frankie?
I think so, dear. Look what it says underneath. For sale, even cheaper. One left-handed guitar player and a curly-headed band leader.
He can't sell Remley. He belongs to me.
This program was produced and directed by Paul Phillips. Included in today's cast were Lois Corbett and Gail Gordon. The part of Frankie Remley was played by Elliot Lewis, and Julius was played by Walter Tetley. Alice Faye appeared through the courtesy of 20th Century Fox. This is Bill Foreman wishing good health to all from Rexall.
This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.
And that's from 76 years ago, May 15, 1948, 7:30 Eastern Time, Bill Harris and Alice Faye. Coming up tomorrow, we'll have more comedy, and it will be the Jack Benny Show with Robert Taylor substituting for Jack. Also, and it'll give you an idea to see what the show was like without Jack, because even though the cast... the big star wasn't there, you can see the cast still kept the show rolling. Also, George Burns, Gracie Allen, The Great Gildersleeve, Life with Luigi, and The Couple Next Door. That's coming up tomorrow on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. As I said, up next, we'll go back to 1938 for Jack Benny.
Civil defense is common sense. This is Pat Boone. In case of enemy attack, you must know your warning signals. A steady blast of 3 to 5 minutes means tune your radio dial to 640 or 1240. A 3-minute wavering tone or a series of short blasts, take cover immediately.
Now we go back 87 years to May 15, 1938, an episode of The Jello Show starring Jack Benny. And this is The Murder in the Library.
Jello! The Jello Program, starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston and Phil Harris and his orchestra. The orchestra opens the program with Life Begins When You're in Love. Not always that you can have delicious things to eat and to save money at the same time, but sometimes you can. And Jello makes the most attractive desserts and salads you ever tasted, and Jello is amazingly inexpensive. It costs only a few cents a package. One package serves the average family generously, and they love it. Jello is America's favorite gelatin dessert, and no wonder. For only Jello brings you Jello's delicious extra-rich fruit flavor. Strawberry, raspberry, cherry, orange, lemon, and lime. All 6 are packed with that ripe fruit goodness, fresh and tempting and satisfying. So for that extra-rich fruit flavor, and for one of the most economical desserts you can serve, be sure to get genuine Jello. Don't accept any substitutes. Look for the big red letters on the box. They spell Jello. Life Begins When You're in Love, played by the orchestra. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we bring you a man who has joined the ranks of Hollywood turfmen and bought himself a racehorse, Jack Benny.
Thank you. Hello again. This is Jack Benny talking. And, Don, I don't know where you pick up all this information about me. Now, how did you find out that I bought a racehorse?
Well, Jack, I was talking to Ben Crosby the other day, and he just happened to mention it.
Oh, yes, Bing knows about it. As a matter of fact, I've been trying to put my horse in Crosby's stable. but it's too crowded there.
Crosby has an enormous stable. There's plenty of room there for your horse.
All right, then he wanted too much money. I wouldn't pay him $80 a week to board my horse if he sang it to sleep every night. Oh, I'll find another place for him, all right.
Oh, I'm sure you will. Oh, and Jack, you know I'm a pretty good rider, so if you ever need a jockey, think of me.
I've got a horse, Don, not a 20-mule team. Well, your shadow alone would break his back.
Say, Jack, how'd you happen to buy a racehorse? You don't know anything about horses.
I don't, eh? Well, it might interest you to know, Phil, that I was kicked in the face at the age of 10.
By a horse?
Yes.
How did that happen?
Well, my father sent me out to feed him, and it was dark in the barn. Now, believe me, fellas, I know plenty about horses.
But why this secrecy? Why didn't you tell us about your horse before?
Well, I didn't want people to think I was showing off or doing it for publicity. You know how modest I am, you know?
Yeah, what's the name of your horse?
Buck Benny. And you're going to hear from that baby. If I'm any judge of thoroughbreds, he's going places.
Well, tell us more about it, Jack. Is it a yearling?
What's that, Don?
Is it a yearling?
Well, it's a sort of a back bay color with a black spot on his nose.
Oh, you don't understand, Jack. Is it a yearling? In other words, how old is it?
It was 2 years old in January. I wish you'd talk a little plainer, Don. I didn't quite get you there, you know. But it's a real thoroughbred, and I know.
By the way, Jack, who's your horse's sire?
What is that, Phil?
I said, who's the sire?
The sire?
Yes.
Well, I am. I paid for the horse. What a silly question. Eve, you don't know what you're talking about, do you?
I don't, eh? Well, let's see what you know. Is your horse a gelding or a filly?
A what?
Is it a gelding or a filly?
Is it a gelding or a filly? Is it a gelding or a filly? Trying to be smart, making up words.
I'm not making up words. Is it a gelding or a filly? In other words, is it a boy or a girl?
It's a horse! My goodness, you're just a dodo if there ever was one. You won't be so smart when he wins the Irish sweepstakes.
Well, have you got a trainer for him, Jack?
A trainer? No, I just bought him a rowing machine. That'll keep him in shape, all right.
A rowing machine? Well, that settles it. You don't know any more about horses than I know about music.
Oh, I don't. I don't know anything about horses, eh? I used to be a trout.
A trout?
Yes, a trout, and I gave out plenty of good tips, believe me.
You're a fine turfman.
Yeah.
How many legs has your horse got?
My horse has 4 legs, Smarty.
How do you know?
I bought him a blanket with 2 pair of pants and shut up. Believe me, I'm sorry the whole thing came up.
Hello, Jack. For heaven's sake, what's the matter now?
Well, what would it be? Phil and Don found out that I bought a racehorse, and you can guess the rest.
Have you boys been picking on Jack again?
Oh, don't interfere, Mary. I can fight my own battles.
Why, you fellas ought to be ashamed of yourself. Jack knows more about horses than both of you put together.
Yeah.
He even tried to get Lady Godiva for a jockey.
I did not.
Then why did you put blinkers on the horse?
Oh, you're just making things up, that's all.
So you've seen that nag of Jack's, huh, Mary?
Oh, sure, a couple of times.
Well, is it a good horse? What does it look like?
Looks like any minute 2 men are going to step out of it.
It does not. It's a fine-looking steed. Well, it is.
Gee, fellas, you ought to see the way Jack pampers that horse.
Pampers him?
What do you mean, Mary?
Jack bought him shoes with arch supporters.
Now, look, fellas, Mary's giving you the wrong impression. Now, here's a picture of him, Don. He's a pretty good-looking animal, isn't he?
Say, he is at that.
Hey, Jack, let me see that picture, will you?
Here you are, Kenny. What do you think of him?
Oh, boy, he's a beauty.
Looks pretty fast, doesn't he?
I'll say he does. But why is he laying on his back?
Kenny, turn the picture around like this. There.
Well, I'll be darned. He got up.
He does all kinds of tricks like that. Now go ahead and sing your song, Kenny, and give me back that picture.
Say, wait a minute. Let me have a look at that.
Here you are, Phil. Well, is that a real horse or isn't it?
It's a good-looking animal, all right. But wait a minute. What's this stamped on the back of the picture?
Where?
Right there. It says Man of War.
Man of War? Well, that's the name of the photographer, Joe Man of War. He's a Greek fella. Oh, sing, Kenny. I must have picked up the wrong picture.
I fall in love with you every day. I fall in love with you same old way. Just like the first great moment long ago. I fall in love with you. The day we fell in love was simply rapturous. I never thought that spell could quite recapture us. Yet each time we meet, it's all the same again. And this eager heart bursts into flame again. I fall in love with you every day. I fall in love with you same old way. Just like that first great moment long ago. Same old thrill, same old glow. I always find your kiss just like new, and rediscover this charm of you. And every day, like our first rendezvous, I fall in love with you.
Kenny Baker singing I Fall in Love with You Every Day. That was a beautiful number, Kenny, and a very romantic thought.
Thanks, Jack. And dedicate that song to your horse.
To my horse? Why?
Well, I'm mad at my girl.
Oh.
A little snip.
Kenny, gee, I never saw a kid like you, always getting a new girlfriend, then picking a fight with her. What's the matter with you?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I'm just a gorilla.
Kenny, you're a simian, but not quite a gorilla.
Well, he's young yet.
Yeah.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, going from the zoo to our plays, tonight we are going to present what we think is an...
Oh, Jack, pardon me for interrupting, but I just noticed that your shoelace is untied.
My shoelace? Oh, so it is. Thanks, Don. Excuse me a minute, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, while Jack is bending down to tie his shoelace, why don't you skip out and buy yourself a package of Jello?
Oh, so that's your little trick, huh?
It comes in 6 delicious flavors: strawberry, raspberry, cherry, orange, lemon, and lime. Hurry back now.
Ah, folks, what other program starts on a shoestring and ends up with a plug? Don, that was a very clever ruse. Now, as I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, for the first time this year, we are going to offer our annual murder mystery. We feel that this will be a high spot in the career of the Benny Federal Theater Project. So now we will present a deep, dark mystery entitled Murder in the Library, or Bookmarks the Spot. Gee, isn't that clever, folks? And I thought of that all by myself.
You laughed all by yourself, too.
Now, wait a minute, Mary. That was a very funny title. I can't help it if our studio audience didn't get it. But I'll bet our listening audience liked it.
We did not.
Now, in our little drama, which will go on immediately after the next number, the cast of characters will... Pardon me, folks. Come in.
Hiya, Buck.
Hello, Stanza.
Well, if it isn't Damon and Pythias. Well, I haven't seen you two fellas in weeks. Where have you been keeping yourselves?
Oh, we've been pretty busy, Buck. Me on my farm and Slep on his.
Oh, that's right. Schlep did buy part of your farm. How's it going, Schlep? Have you planted anything yet?
Yes, but believe me, Jack, it's no good. I'm having plenty of trouble.
Well, that's too bad. What's the matter with it?
I struck oil last week and it ruined my potatoes.
Oil? Why, that's great, isn't it? What kind of oil is it?
Banana oil. He's trying to sell that property back to me.
Oh, well, I don't blame him if it isn't good land.
He shouldn't complain. I gave him a rock-bottom price on it.
Yes, that's all I got was rocks. Our cactus wouldn't grow there.
Well, naturally, Slep, you got to clear the land first. You know, break up the rocks and cart them off.
Say, what am I, a chain gang?
Well, you just don't know anything about farming, that's all.
Is that so? I'm a good farmer.
A fine farmer. He bends over in front of goats.
He does?
Now, listen, Mr. DeWine. What about those rabbits you sold me? Fine rabbits.
Well, what about it? I sold you 2 of them, didn't I?
That's the trouble. I still only got 2.
Now, wait a minute, boys. Wait a minute. Look, boys, you can settle your own troubles when you get home. Let's talk about something else.
Tell him about your horse, Jack.
Oh, yes. You know, fellas, I bought a racehorse.
That's right, Buck. I heard about that.
Say, I'll bet he's a regular pumpoony.
Yes, he's all right, but I'm having trouble finding a place to keep him.
Oh, why don't you keep him on my farm, Buck? I got a nice pasture for him.
Keep him on my farm. I'll dye the rocks green.
Well, that's a good idea. I'll tell you what I'll do, fellas. I'll split it between you. Andy, I'll let you feed him for 7 days, and Schlep, you can feed him for 7 days. How's that? What are you laughing at, Mary?
From oats to matzahs in 1 week.
Never mind. How does that strike you, boys?
Now, wait a minute, Buck. If I were you, I wouldn't let Schlepperman have that horse.
Why not?
He'll put rockers on it and give it to his kid.
Well, I'll take a chance. Now, you each get him for 1 week, and I want you to take good care of him. He's a very delicate animal.
Well, leave it to me, Buck. I'll take him first.
Now, wait a minute, Henry. I want him for the first week.
No, sir. I got to have him right now. I got a lot of plowing to do.
Oh, that's fine for my racehorse. Say, how much are you guys going to charge me?
Don't worry about it, Jackie boy. If he wins the Kentucky Derby, you'll break even.
I thought so. Now, come over here a minute, boys. We'll talk this little deal over and down. Play something, Phil, while I do a little dickering. Now, look, boys, my horse... Savage of Me, played by Phil Harris and his orchestra. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we will present our thrilling, baffling, spine-tingling melodrama entitled Murder in the Library, or Book Marks the Spot. Gee, I love that.
Boy, are you corny.
Go away, Mary. Now, I will play the part of Police Captain O'Benny, as brave a bluecoat as ever wore bulletproof undies. Phil Harris and Kenny Baker will be my brave, loyal, and stupid assistants. Here's your badge, Phil.
Okay, Chief.
Here, Kenny, here's your badge, your uniform, and your club.
Okay, where's my flat feet?
On the opposite end of your flat head.
Oh, that's right.
Now, Mary Livingston will play the part of Mrs. Sugar Clunkenbush, a much-married society woman who makes a hobby of collecting husbands, guns, and life insurance.
Gee, do I have to kill all my husbands?
You've already killed 7 of them, Mary, and there's just 1 left.
Oh, one little husband sitting on a fence. Boom, boom, boom. I shot him in the pants.
Well, I suppose that wasn't corny.
I suppose you didn't write it.
Quiet. Now, the part of the butler will be played by Don Wilson, who has been in the service of Mrs. Clunkenbush for about... Don, how long have you been with Mrs. Clunkenbush?
It'll be 6 husbands in October.
I see. And now for our play, folks. The scene opens at police headquarters, where we find Cap O'Benny very busy playing solitaire. Curtain. Music. Now let's see. There's the jack of clubs. Here's a 7 of hearts. I'll put that on the jack. No, I won't do that. That would be cheating. Or should I? No, I won't.
Hey, Cap.
Yeah?
What's the idea of playing solitaire with handcuffs on you?
I don't trust myself. I need the ace of spades, and it's up my sleeve.
I'll get it for you.
Oh, no, you won't. Why, you dirty crook, I ought to put you in jail. Now, let's see.
Is that the phone, Cap?
It ain't a Swiss vaudeville act. Cap O'Benny speaking. Yes, sir. What? You say your wife ran away 8 months ago? Well, why didn't you report it sooner? Oh, you wanted to give her a good start. What? No, don't worry. I won't rush. Goodbye. Now, let's see. The 6 of hearts goes on the black king. Oh, I wish I wouldn't do that. But how else can I win?
Oh, Cap!
What is it, Sergeant Baker?
Somebody's been passing $41 bills all over town, and I've got one of them.
A dollar bill, eh? How do you know it's phony?
Washington is wearing Lincoln's beard.
Let me see that. You're right, and he's wearing Lincoln's hat, too.
You think that's something? Turn the bill over.
Good heavens, Carol Lombard is sitting on the Eagle. Nice work, Baker. We got to report this to Washington. Can you get any more of these bills?
Yeah, my uncle makes them.
Your uncle? Well, you better tell him to stop or else.
Hey, Cap.
What is it, Harris?
You know the prisoner in cell 21 that sent his suit out to be pressed?
Yes?
Well, he was in it.
I'll wait for that one. All right. Hang out the vacancy sign and don't annoy me. I'll take it. Hello, Cap O'Benny speaking. What? A murder? Yes, hold everything. We'll be right over. Hey, fellas, what do you know? We've got a murder.
Hooray! We've got a murder.
Yippee! I knew we'd get one if we waited long enough. Come on, fellas, let's go right over.
Where are we going, Chief?
To, oh, darn it, I forgot to get the address. Gee, I hope they call back.
That's a fine how do you do. We wait around all year for a murder, we get one and you lose it.
Wait, I know. It must be Mrs. Clunkenbush on Park Avenue. She married her 8th husband 2 months ago, and he's about due for his lead anniversary. Come on, boys. Let's go. Calling all cars. Go to 215 Maple Street. Man beating up wife. That is all. Man beating up wife. Make a note of that, Sarge.
I got it, Chief.
Calling all cars. Go to 215 Maple Street. She's beating him up now. That is all. Tear up that note, Sarge.
Okay, Chief.
Calling all cars. Go to your nearest grocer and ask for a package of Jello. That is all.
Well, I see our police department finally got a sponsor. on, Sarge. Come on, man. Here's the place. This is the house right here. Baker, you break down the door.
Okay, hold my banana.
I told you 1,000 times not to eat on the job. Now break down the door. Let's give him a hand, Harris. Ready, set, go. Well, we've got that down. Here comes somebody now.
Did you ring, gentlemen?
Ring? No, we didn't. We're the police. Who are you?
I'm Blimp, the butler.
Blimp, the butler, eh?
Yes, and I didn't do it.
You didn't do what?
Goodness, haven't you heard? We think Mr. Clunkenbush has been murdered.
What makes you think so?
Well, he's in the library reading a book, and he hasn't turned a page in 3 days.
Make a note of that, Sarge.
Gotcha, Chief. Can I make a note, too?
Quiet. Now tell me, Blimp, where's Mrs. Clunkenbush?
Right this way, gentlemen. She's out in the garden burying the gun.
Oh, burying the gun, eh? Her husband is murdered, and she's out in the garden burying the gun. What do you make of that, Baker?
She doesn't need it anymore.
Now you're clicking, you cluck. Come on, Blimp, take us to Mrs. Clunkenbush.
Right this way, you bums.
Come on, then. Aha! We got you this time, Mrs. Clunkenbush.
Oh, how do you do, Captain? I've been rather expecting you.
Oh, you have. Now there's no use stalling, Kunky. Your butler, Blimp, broke down and confessed.
Blimp broke down, eh?
Yes.
I knew I should have filled him with helium.
Now listen, you just buried a gun in this garden, didn't you?
I buried a dagger, too.
Oh, so you not only shot your husband, but you stabbed him, too.
Yep, I got the daily double.
Well, you've gone too far, Mrs. Clunkenbush. You've had 8 husbands in 4 years, haven't you?
What about it?
And they all met untimely deaths. Take your first husband, the big game hunter. You went on a hunting trip with him, and he's the first thing you shot.
Well, he looked like a gazelle.
That's no excuse. And your second husband.
You mean Pasquale?
Yes, Pasquale. You no sooner fell in love with him than we found him laying on the floor with an arrow in his back. You did that.
Could have been Cupid, you know.
That's what you told the jury. And your third husband was killed, too. What happened to him?
All I did was slap him on the back.
Yes, but he was leaning out of a penthouse window at the time. And what about your fourth husband?
Oh, this is getting boresome.
That is, eh?
Oh, hello, Philsy. I didn't see you standing there.
Hello, sweetheart.
Sergeant Harris, do you know this woman?
Yes, we're engaged to be married. I'm going to be her next husband.
Well, congratulations and rest in peace. Now, let's go in and look at the body.
Hey, Cap!
What is it, Baker?
I was in the library just now, and I don't think Mr. Clunkenbush is dead yet.
How do you know?
I went to reach for his pulse, and he shook hands with me.
Well, let's hurry up in there. Imagine a man shot and stabbed and still alive.
There he is, Cap.
Mr. Clunkenbush. Mr. Clunkenbush, how do you feel?
A little drafty.
Well, I shouldn't wonder. Now tell me, can you name the person or persons who tried to kill you?
Why, of course I can. I was here at the time.
And tell me exactly what happened. Make notes on this, Harris.
Okay, Chief.
Now go ahead.
Well, I was sitting here in the library reading a book, when all of a sudden the door behind me opened.
Yes.
So I turned around and said it free me seat the Porter Street. Of course, I couldn't tell the rates of Stable Robin said it rained all, and I figured might as well have saved rates at Porter Street. And right at the time the roast Steve great beat, what was scented? Oh, it was ghastly.
The man must be hysterical. Now, Mr. Clunkenbush, say that again and slower. This is important.
All right. I was sitting in the library reading a book, and my Mercedes Morton Senate Tree.
Oh, she came in.
Don't even say that 5 or so.
Oh, she didn't come in.
No, I was there to stand.
Oh, she came in.
Oh,
he's delirious now. He's getting weaker. Quick, get him a glass of water.
Here you are, Captain.
Thanks. Now drink this, quick. How do you feel now?
Oh.
Good heavens, he's dead. Mrs. Clunkenbush, what was in that glass of water?
Well, I only put in a saxosassity, and then I was a saxophonic, and then a saxophonic, and that's the truth.
Move over, Clunkenbush. I'm tired. Play, Phil.
Everybody loves homemade ice cream that's rich and creamy smooth, grand ice cream. And here's a new and better way to make it. It's made with Jello Freezing Mix and made just perfect. For Jello Freezing Mix is a wonderful new product that gives you ice cream that's velvety and rich. It has a beautiful creamy texture that's simply grand, and it's amazingly quick and easy to prepare. Open a can of Jello Freezing Milk, add milk and some whipped cream, and turn the mixture into your freezing trays. Stir only once during the whole freezing process and take out 6 servings of delicious ice cream. One of your favorite flavors will be rich, smooth chocolate, the chocolate flavor that can't be beat. Then there's maple walnut, real vanilla, and fruit flavors that are real fruits in their own sweetened juices, strawberry, tutti frutti, and orange pineapple. There are 6 luscious flavors in all. If your grocer hasn't any in stock, he'll be glad to order it for you. So ask him tomorrow for Jello Freezing Mix.
This is the last number of the 33rd program in the new Jello series, and we'll be with you again next Sunday night at the same time when we will present our version of David O. Selznick's outstanding film production, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. So be sure and listen in. And guess who's going to be Tom Sawyer, folks?
No kidding, Jack. Are you going to be Tom Sawyer?
Of course I am, Mary.
Gee, do you think you can have your face lifted by next Sunday?
I think so, yes. Good night, folks.
J-E-L-L-O. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
From 87 years ago, May 15, 1938, Jack Benny here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Of course, once they got into the 40s and got that last group of writers in there, the show would be much, much better. Still funny. Good cast. Visit our webpage at classicradio.string. Upcoming next, Hildegarde's Radio Room.
Listen and learn through civil defense. This is Johnny Cash. I'd like all of you to remember that America can withstand enemy attack if we support the emergency plans of our community and learn to help ourselves. Make sure you're prepared. Contact your local civil defense office today.
The incomparable Hildegarde, as she was bestowed, the title bestowed on her by infamous columnist Walter Winchell. That's what she was called for over 70 years. Nicknamed First Lady of the Supper Clubs by Eleanor Roosevelt, primarily a cabaret singer. And she went her way along entertainment for years and years and years. She did lots of recordings, sold in the hundreds of thousands. Soldiers during World War II, King Gustav Adolf of Sweden, the Duke of Windsor, all had crushes on her. And she appeared on the Raleigh Room for a number of years on NBC. And she did some TV work as well. She never married. She said she traveled all her life, met a lot of men, had a lot of romances, but it never worked out. It was always hello and goodbye. But she died at the age of 99 in 2005 of natural causes. And she lived one big good life. She did. We'll hear Hildegarde's Radio Room from 80 years ago, May 15th, 1945, with her guests Patsy Kelly and Xavier Cugat.
Welcome, gang, to Hildegarde's Radio Room, to the music of Harry Sosnick and his orchestra. Our special guests of the evening, there goes the spotlight, and here she comes, our vivacious star, the incomparable Hildegarde.
Stole my heart away, who makes me dream all day, dreams I know can never be true, seems as though I'll ever be blue, who means my happiness, who would I answer yes to, well you ought to guess who, no one but you. good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, everyone, and thank you so much for coming along tonight to another informal get-together here in the radio room. Tonight again, we've invited more of your friends over for the show. So, Harry Sosnick, a little of that walking around music, please. Oh, good evening, ma'am. How do you do, sir? Oh, it's Mr. John Henry Cameron of Champaign, Illinois. Good evening, sir. And hello, Patsy. Ladies and gentlemen, it's that sprightly queen of high comedy, Patsy Kelly. And it's good to cast me hazel eyes upon the likes of you, Patsy Kelly.
Hildegarde, you got a little smorgasbord mixed up with your Irish stew.
You're telling me. Patsy, I see you're looking at that menu. Haven't you ordered it yet?
Oh, yes, I'm going to take this Poule de la Philippe Jardin thing here.
Oh, Patsy, that's not a dish. That's our head waiter.
Yes. I'm smarter than I thought.
Patsy, tell me, Patsy, are you alone tonight?
Well, I might as well be. I'm with Xavier Cugat.
Xavier Cugat? Where is he?
How should I know? Once every hour he comes over and asks me how I'm doing. Before I can tell him whatever I'm doing alone.
My, oh my, that doesn't sound like Cugat, Patsy. Well, if he doesn't want to be with you, then why did he make the date in the first place?
Oh, he likes me. In fact, he told me I was charming. He loves the way I talk, and my father happens to be his butcher.
Patsy, don't tell me that's the way you get dates.
Sure, any man that goes out with me gets a 5-pound steak. And furthermore, my father says that the man who marries me gets a full-grown cow. What am I saying? You ought to try it, Hildegarde. I'll get my father to help you out.
Thanks, Patsy, but I managed to do all right.
Yes, but come here. Has a man ever told you you have gorgeous lamb chops?
No, but I've occasionally gotten complaints about my cold shoulder. I made a joke.
Want a bet?
Buenas noches, Hildegarde.
Well, it's that king of South American swing on a busman's holiday from the Copacabana nightclub, Xavier Cugat.
Hildegarde, I'm always happy to see you. But I have never been so happy as to be happy to see you here, happy with me. Happy.
If he was any happier, he'd be a kangaroo. And the way he's been hopping out on me, I think he is.
Oh, I'm sorry, Patsy.
Patsy? Now we're playing games, I hope.
Yeah, but now that Hildegarde is here, we can all three sit down and have a nice little long talk together, yes?
Oh, I'd love to, Xavier, but I have to go to the center of the floor and sing a song. I have to go now.
Well, Patsy, I have to go. I'm going.
Now where?
I have to go out to the check room and see how my overcoat is doing.
This is the first time I've been brushed off by an overcoat. Nice trick.
Don't worry, Patsy. Xavier will be back, and here I go to the piano. All right, Harry, please, introduction. S'il vous please. Gentlemen, tonight I would like to sing the hauntingly beautiful All of a Sudden My Heart Sings. All of a sudden my heart sings when I remember little things, the way you dance and hold me tight, the way you kiss and say goodnight, the crazy things we say and do, the fun it is to be with you. Remembering all those little things, all of a sudden, my heart sings. The secret way you press my hand to let me know you understand. The wind and rain upon your face, the breathless world of your embrace, your little laugh and half surprise, the, 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 the stars. Starlight gleaming in your eyes, the magic thrill that's in your touch. Oh, darling, I love you so much. The secret way you press my hand to let me know you understand the wind and rain upon your face, the breathless world of your embrace, your little laugh and half surprise, the starlight gleaming in your eyes, remembering all those little things. All of a sudden, my heart sings. A dashing and debonair top personality of stage and screen is practically seated right under my nose. And it's the man who thrilled America with his performance in Laura, Mr. Clifton Webb. Clifton, it's always a thrill to see such an important theatrical figure.
Hildegarde, it's always a thrill to see such a figure.
The same suave Clifton. Oh, I'm glad you're here tonight, Clifton, because there's a girl in this room who has a serious trouble.
Is this something you can talk about here in public?
Yes.
Well, I'm not interested.
Now, Clifton. No, this girl is here with a man who is neglecting her, and she's upset. And it's very important.
Oh, she has a big stake in it.
Yes, £5 to be exact.
What?
I mean,
Well, you've come to the right man, Hildegarde. I have a deep interest in human beings. I think that no home should be without one.
Really? What a profound observation.
Yes, my dear. I've recently been making a great study of the American family. I've seen dozens of families literally going to pot. Quarrels, domestic discord. I tell you, Hildegarde, these problems are serious.
How did you learn so much about this subject, Clifton?
Listening to Tom's other wife. And I'm convinced, my dear, there is only one solution to such problems.
And what is that?
We've got to buy more soap. Ah, yes. Yes. Lifebuoy can be beautiful.
But, Clifton, my friend's problem has no sponsor. You see, this man is simply not interested in her.
Precisely what happened to Joyce Maynard, girl night watchman. Now then, Hildy, my theory is that every woman is attractive. With some, it's quite obvious. With others, not so obvious. But basically, I insist, all women are beautiful.
Oh, Clifton, that speech could make you the next mayor of New York.
Tush, tush, I'm too tall. No, Hildy. Down deep, all women are beautiful. All women...
Hello, Hildegarde. Just passing through. See you later.
Oh, Xavier Cugat, what are you running for? Nobody's chasing you.
Oh, yes, there's a lady chasing me. She's sitting down, but all the same, she's chasing me.
Xavier, this is Clifton Webb. Clifton, this is the man.
Sir, you should be ashamed.
And that's the girl, Patsy Kelly, sitting at that corner. See, in the table at the two.
Sir, even so, you should be ashamed.
What I do that is wrong?
You left that poor, defenseless girl sitting there all alone.
That's wrong?
You know, Hildegarde, the man may have a point.
Clifton, remember Joan Maynard, night girl watchman.
Who? Oh, yes, of course. Of course, you're perfectly right, Hildegarde. Now, Mr. Cugat, every girl has something to offer a man. That girl has something to offer.
Yes, but who wants it?
Sir, when you encourage a girl, your place is at her side.
I see, Mr. Webb. Thank you very much. I'm going.
Back to Patsy?
No, back to the check room. Goodbye.
Hildegarde, that man is a cad. But I must admit, there's nothing wrong with his eyesight.
Clifton. Clifton, I'd like you to talk to Patsy later. Maybe her technique is wrong. What do you think? So will you stay right here, will you please?
Hildegarde, I shan't move.
All right, that's wonderful. Clifton, listen to me. Hold it. That grace. That smile. That face. Hold it. Clifton, don't alter a thing. Hold it. That look could fill a book. Hold it. You picture of spring. Listen, Clifton. Perfectly still, allow me to fill my heart full of you, so I may keep awake or asleep that fabulous view. Oh, hold it. Don't move, Clifton. Don't change for you. Hold it. You heavenly thing.
Here's a bit of song for all you fellows and girls who dropped in on us tonight, and I hope it's one of your favorites, too. Now, let's see, shall we?
I'll be yours. My world may be lonely, but I'll await your return. I'll be yours, yours forever and only. And while you're gone, how I yearn. You're in every prayer, every dream, every thought. Dear, you're everywhere. Come what may, night and day, I'll be yours. The hour of leaving has come and gone. No time for grieving. We must go on. I have the feeling, though who knows when, you'll come back again. Until then, I'll be yours. My world may be lonely, but I'll await your return. I'll be yours, yours forever and only. And while you're gone, how I'll yearn. You're in every prayer, every dream, every thought. Dear, you're everywhere. Come what may, night and day, I'll be
Thank you. You know, it seems the only way to get Mr. Cugat to stand still is to get him up here to do a song with me. I know he's usually reluctant to perform impromptu, but...
Here I am.
My, you're picking up speed, Xavier.
Oh, I feel hep tonight. I'm in the grave.
No, you mean groove. I hope Patsy doesn't mind being alone again while we sing a song. Do you think she...
Only one song? Can we do 10, 20 encores? Tonight I could sing about love forever.
Never mind singing. Why don't you do something about it?
Xavier, I'm afraid you're not acting like a gentleman to Patsy.
I don't know. Every time I pass her, I tip my hat.
Well, maybe we'd better sing. Harry, how about Senor Cugat's famous song, Take It Easy? And Xavier, you know what we'll do? We'll make it up as we go along. How about it?
Let's try it.
What have you got, Mr. Cugat, that you run around the room and never keep your seat?
Patsy Kelly, that's what I got. What a fellow has to do today to get some meat.
Don't get too hot, Senor Cugat. For of all the nicest girls, your Patsy takes the cake.
Let her take it. Let her take it. All I want from Patsy Kelly is her for five pounds of steak. Hildegarde, let's take a bow.
Oh, here she comes.
I'm going now.
Take it easy, Mr. Cugat. If you don't treat Patsy right, you won't get steak at all.
You know, Hildy, I've been thinking that a steak is very good, but I'll take one meatball.
Without bread?
Without bread, just one meatball.
Without bread?
Without bread, just one
Thank you, Xavier. That's all right. Some of the words almost rhymed, didn't they?
Well, Hildegarde, what do you expect? Perfection?
And now a lovely ballad, very new, and maybe one that will never grow old. From the picture, The Three Caballeros, the romantic, You Belong to My Heart. You belong to my heart, now and forever, and our love had its start not long ago. We were gathering stars while a million guitars played our love song. When I said I love you, every beat of my heart said it too. 'Twas a moment like this. Do you remember? And your eyes threw a kiss when they met mine. Now we all know the stars and a million guitars are still playing. Darling, you are the song, and you'll always belong to my heart. 'Twas a moment like this. Do you remember? And your eyes threw a kiss when they met mine. Now we all know the stars and a million guitars are still playing. Darling, you are the song, and you'll always belong to my heart. Thank you. Oh, Patsy Kelly, please come into the spotlight. Thank you. May I ask you, are you still alone, Patsy?
Yep, Mr. Fuller's giving me the brush again.
Oh, but don't worry, Patsy. That's a good line. Where'd you get that?
Yeah.
Patsy.
You can have it. Go ahead.
Patsy, please don't worry. There's a man of the world here who can help solve your problem.
Give me a man and all my problems are solved.
No, Patsy, I mean he'll advise you. You see, it's Clifton Webb. Oh, Clifton, would you come on the floor, please? Up on this floor. Thank you. Patsy, he speaks very elegantly, and he's very debonair.
That's for me.
Oh, what is it, Hildegarde?
Patsy, this is Clifton Webb.
Well, as one mountain said to the other, hiya, Cliff. Hiya, old fella.
Hildegarde, which way did Mr. Cugat go?
Just a moment, Clifton. Patsy is depending on you to tell her how to keep a man. And hurry before Xavier comes back.
Well, I'll try. This is not going to be easy. Now, for one thing, Miss Kelly, a girl must never throw herself at a man.
She shouldn't?
No, she should remain aloof.
You're absolutely right, Clifton. Now, show Patsy just what you mean.
Me? Mm-hmm. Really, dear? After all, you know, my dear, this is only a theory.
Well, back it up, brother. Back it up.
Back it up? Back it up. Very well, I shall. Now, for example, I am your escort for the evening, and we are walking through the park.
Are we alone?
Naturally.
Let's next.
No. Now, you see, that's exactly what I mean. Now, never throw yourself at a man. Remain aloof.
Oh, all right. Let's go back to the park. Come on.
Very well. Now, remember, aloof.
Aloof, yeah.
Now, the moon is still shining. It's very romantic, and after a while I say, may I hold your hand?
Beat it, bum. Is that right? Huh? Is that it?
That, I'm afraid, is a little too aloof. And Miss Kelly, will you please stop shoving?
Yeah.
Now, shall we try it again?
Yes, I think we should.
Yes, Hildegarde, can't you see we want to be alone? Stat. Carry on, Clifton, old boy, carry on.
Well, we sit underneath a tree in the moonlight. I take your tiny hand.
This time I don't say nothing.
We sit quietly for a while, listening to the soft sounds of evening.
How romantic.
Yeah, Hildegarde, will you stop following us? Go feed the squirrels. Go on, go away, do something.
And then, in a quivering voice...
Yes?
I recite a lovely Shakespearean sonnet.
Yeah. Fine. The guy drags me in the park, sits me under the moon, and gives me an English lesson. Great.
And to think I could have gone to the movies tonight and seen Laura.
Never mind those other dames. You still got to help me with my problem.
My dear, nothing would please me more. Yes, indeed. Even nothing would please me more.
Clifton, before Xavier comes back, have you any other important suggestions for Patsy?
Well, there's always the old standby, Miss Kelly. Make a man jealous and he's yours. Poor devil.
Jealous? You're right. That's it. Make him jealous. Well.
Hello, Hildegarde. Hello, Mr. Webb. Oh, Patsy. Well, I got to be going.
Just a second. Now, wait a minute, Clifton, tell me again how much you love me.
Who, me?
Of course, don't you remember? Jealousy.
Oh, yes. I quite forgot. Miss Kelly, I mean Patsy, I love you. Well, I've got to be going.
Oh, Clifton, please. Please, don't leave me now. Kiss me again and again.
Who, me?
Please kiss me again.
Please, Miss Kelly, remember, aloof.
All right, aloof you too. Aloof you. I really do. You got the strength. Now you got me talking like Charles Boyer.
Did you hear that, Xavier?
My eyes are beginning to not believe my ears.
Patsy, it's working. Keep on going.
Oh, Clifton, why do you adore me so? Why do you tell me I'm so beautiful?
Yes, why? Yes. Oh, of course, I forgot. I love you.
Oh, say it again.
I love you.
Say it again.
Miss Kelly, will you pay attention? I love you. Coogie, will you please take it up from here? After all, it's your meat.
Oh, who wants it? I just became a vegetarian. Goodbye.
Well, I tried. Well, toodaloo, girls. I wonder where Laura's playing.
Well, Patricia, if you keep coming, who knows, you may find your man. And Clifton, seeing you here brings to mind that great song, Give Me Something to Remember You By. It was from your smash comedy, Broadway success, Three's a Crowd. And Clifton, the lyric is still timely. Tonight I would like to dedicate it to you, to the men in service and their wives and sweethearts. Oh, give me something to remember you by. When you are far away from me, dear, some little something meaning love cannot die. No matter where you chance to be, though I'll pray for you, night and day for you, it will see me through like a charm till your return
me. Though I'll pray for you, night and day for you, it will see me through like a charm till you're returning. So give me something to remember you by when you are far away from me. Thank you, ladies. Let's get together for a while. Don't mind the weather, you can smile. Get in good condition, just relax and have some fun. Every inhibition you can tear down, let your hair down. Loosen up and grin a little grin. Give the sun a doorway to get in. Like a daisy you'll be perking, your sense of humor's working. So gather round and have a little fun. Come on everybody, loosen up and grin a little grin, that's it. Give the sun a doorway to get in. Like a daisy you'll be perking, your sense of humor's working. So gather round and have a little fun. Boys and girls, that does it for this evening. And now this is Hildegarde saying thank you and a good night wherever you are. Goodbye and God bless you all.
An Armed Forces recording of Hildegarde's Radio Room from 80 years ago. The show ran from 1944 to 1946 on NBC. During 1946, it was sponsored by Raleigh Cigarettes, and then it would be back in October of 1946 until March of 1947 on CBS for Campbell's Soups. Hildegarde, I don't want to make the comparison to the Monkees, but I kind of have to. Hildegarde was a creation. She was a good singer, given a backstory that she was European when in fact she came from Milwaukee. And she was something. She was something. Patsy Kelly, a very, very funny lady who preferred performing before live audiences. And she did do some movies. But most of what she did and most of her fame was in front of stage audiences. She loved that feedback. Many performers are that way. But she did short subjects out in Hollywood in the 30s. And then she did a few films from 1929 through, I guess she did movies into the 40s. And then she did some roles in the 1960s in movies like Please Don't Eat the Daisies and Rosemary's Baby. But she didn't like movies because there was no immediate feedback. She needed that. She was in the 1976 Freaky Friday. But she did some TV as well in the 50s and 60s and all the way to 1970. She was in an episode of two episodes of Love Boat, episodes 10 and 11. So I will tell you that, and probably one of the reasons why her career didn't take off, it was one of those hidden secrets. She never married. Part of the reason she never married was she was gay. And she had an affair at one point in time with Tallulah Bankhead, she said. So, long after her career had ended, she passed away of cancer, and she has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Okay, up next, let's get to Lum and Abner here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
Civil defense is common sense. This is Howard Duff with this reminder. 640 and 1240. These are the Conelrad frequencies during a national emergency. 640 and 1240 on your regular radio will be your only official means of receiving vital information. Remember, 640 and 1240.
Now let's see what's going on with Lum and Abner in the printing press, but there's a problem because Lum's all tied up with the printing press, and Abner's having a difficult time staying awake at work. Let's hear this episode of Lum and Abner from 83 years ago, May 15th, 1942.
The makers of Alka-Seltzer bring you Lum and Abner. You know, folks, I have an idea that if you have some time out from your work tomorrow and you see that old sun shining brightly, you're going to roll out of bed and look forward to some pleasant relaxation. Maybe you'll take the family on an all-day picnic, or you may spend the day puttering around the house and yard or on the golf course. Well, needless to say, we hope you have a fine time whatever you do. We hope, too, that if you should work or play too strenuously, that you'll remember all the things we've said about Alka-Seltzer. Because Alka-Seltzer relieves so many of those common complaints that sometimes follow a good time. Whether a headache, a touch of acid indigestion, muscular aches and pains, or morning after misery comes along to spoil the pleasant memory of the fun you've had, drink a glass of sparkling, refreshing Alka-Seltzer and just see how quickly it can make you feel better. Try it, won't you? Remember, you can get Alka-Seltzer at all drugstores, by the package, and also by the glass at the soda fountain. And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, things are running along at a pretty even keel these days. Lum is keeping himself busy with the printing press, turning out statements and handbills for the store, while Abner is left pretty much in charge of things in the store and library. As we look in on the little community today, we find Lum emerging from the feed room, which is his printing shop, to find his business partner sound asleep. Listen.
Well, for goodness sakes. Abner! Abner, wake up!
Oh, just a minute. What can I do for you today, sir?
Abner, it's just me, Lum.
Huh? Oh, hey, howdy, Lum. Doggies, I never recognized you at first.
Well, how could you with your eyes shut?
Huh?
How many times have I spoke to you about going to sleep when you're supposed to be running the store in here?
I weren't asleep. I was just sitting here, see, what was I doing? Oh, I was squinting up my eyes 'cause the sun is so bright today.
The sun ain't even out today.
It ain't. Well, it was just a little while ago. I reckon where that thing could have went to.
Abner, why don't you just come right out flat-footed and admit you were sleeping?
Lum, I weren't sleeping, that's why. I was talking to Grandpap over there. That's what I was doing.
Well, then both of you must have been talking in your sleep then, 'cause he ain't awake neither.
Oh, Grandpap, are you asleep?
Hey, what's the matter? What's going on?
I say, are you sleeping?
Sleeping?
Yeah.
Of course not. Just sitting here reading.
Oh, see there.
Let's see, where was I at? Oh, yeah, here it is. The external ear, also called the auricle of pinna, is composed mainly of cartilaginous framework covered with thin skin.
Go on, Grandpap. That's exactly what we was talking about.
Wait a minute. What kind of a book is that he's reading this time?
It's a doctor's book he found over in the library. He says he might take up being a doctor.
For goodness sake.
Go on, Grandpap.
Yeah, let's see, where was I at?
Huh?
Oh, the lobe or lobule forms its lower part and is composed of dense connective tissue containing fat.
Uh-huh.
Grandpap, I've told you 1,000 or 100 times I don't want you reading out loud in the store here. So either read to yourself or going over there to the place, one.
Yeah, you better read to yourself, Grandpap. We'll go on with our discussion of that Cardalanius lobule some other time, I think.
Listen, Abner, you ain't fooling me nor nobody else with that kind of talk.
Huh?
You know good and well you've been sound asleep all the time I was out of the store.
I weren't no such a thing.
Well, if you wasn't, how come you never seen the fellow that left this note here?
What note?
Here, read it yourself.
Huh, let's see. I was in to get groceries, but I hated to wake you up, so I taken them myself. 1 sack of flour, 2 packs of potatoes, 4 cans of hominy, 6 cans of tomatoes, 10 cents worth of candy, a gallon of coal oil, a jug of vinegar, and 3 pounds of 10-penny nails, large size. Please put this on my account.
Well, you must have been in here for a half hour or more to gather up all that stuff.
Yeah, that's a big order, you know it?
Yeah, it's a good order, all right, but the feller never signed his name.
Huh? Oh, doggies, he never did he?
You don't see it there no place, do you?
No, I don't believe I do here. No.
Now we don't know whose account to charge this to.
Huh?
Granny's, I can't leave this store 2 minutes for what you get us in some kind of a mess.
Well, now, wait a minute. Just calm yourself down now, Lum. This ain't serious. All we got to do is just call the feller up and ask him his name and then charge it to him.
Call him up?
Sure.
Well, how are we going to do that if we don't know who it was we were trying to call?
Oh, yeah, that's right, ain't it?
Well, I do know.
What's the matter, Grandpap?
The subcutaneous tissue of the ear contains little or no fat.
Well?
Will you haste that up, Grandpap? Well, now, Lum, this is important stuff. Every feller ought to learn all about the human anatomy.
Sure.
Well, learn about it to yourself, Grandpap. I've got more important things than that to take care of. Now, listen, Abner.
Now, Lum, maybe we ought to learn about that human's anatomy or whatever it is. That might come in handy.
Don't try to get off the subject, Abner. Now, you've been the cause of us losing a big grocery order here, so now you got to make it good.
You mean that I've got to pay for all that myself?
Well, you do if we can't find the feller that wrote that note and left it here.
Well, now, Lum, that
And another thing we got to do is figure out some way to keep you awake. At least when the customer's in the store.
I was awake. I reckon I just never happened to hear this feller when he come in.
Well, we got to figure out some way to make you hear him then. Might have to put a cowbell around every customer's neck.
Huh?
Bell 'em.
Oh.
Wait a minute. Whatever become of that bell we used to have on the door?
The door?
The screen door up there in front.
Oh, that one.
Don't you know, the one that'd ring every time somebody opened the door?
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I don't know where it's at, though, Lum. That thing got rusty and fell off one time here. Dogged, I've been aiming on putting it back for the last 4 or 5 years and just ain't never got around to it yet.
Well, get it out and put it back on right now.
Well, I don't know where it's at. Seems like I have saw it around here somewhere, but law me, I couldn't tell you where now.
Wait a minute, I believe I know where that thing's at.
Huh?
I think I seen it back in the feed room yesterday when I was printing up them bills for the store.
Yeah, I believe that's where it is. Yeah, I recollect it. Yeah.
I'll get it and you can nail it up.
Yeah, all right. Dad blame that Lum, thinks he's so smart. I just taking a little old cat nap's all I done. Grandpap, how come you never woke up when that feller come in here? He must have been here 30 minutes to get that much stuff.
Probably due to the fact that the skin of the ear is thin and moderately firmly attached to the cartilage.
Huh?
Although well supplied with blood, the exposed condition of the blood vessels renders the ear sensitive to cold and frostbites.
Frostbites?
Now, bound you, that's what's wrong with Virgil B. Breckenridge.
Wrong with who?
Well, you recollect him, Abner. Virgil B. Breckenridge. Virgil lived over there at Odin for years.
Oh, him. Yeah. Never recollect the name at first. Yeah.
Went up to South Dakota one winter to visit his relates. And him and his sister-in-law and a friend went ice skating on the Sioux River.
Well, I do know. Is that when he froze his ears?
Well, Virgil wanted to show off for his sister-in-law, so he made a figure 8 on the ice.
Uh-huh.
Of course, you know Virgil. He had to do it the hard way.
Hard way?
Yeah, he made 8 ones and then let his sister-in-law add them up.
Well, was that when Virgil froze his ears, Grandpap?
When it was that Virgil done what, Abner? Come on with that again.
Froze his ears.
He did? Well, when did that happen?
Well, I don't know. You was the one that was telling about this there.
Don't let me forget to tell that to Charity. Now, she knowed Virgil awful well. And thought an awful lot of him, too.
She did, huh?
Yeah, did he freeze both his ears?
Grandpap, you was the one that was telling this story. I don't know whether you froze one ear or two. Wait a minute. There comes Lon back. You better get back to your reading there, Grandpap. Don't let him see you again.
Getting into the interesting part. Tells all about symptoms.
Symptoms?
Yeah.
Oh.
Ear symptoms.
Uh-huh.
So old Virgil froze his ears, huh? And I do know. Tell Charity about that.
Did you find it, Lon?
Yeah, I finally found it.
Well, that's it.
Cleaned some of the rust off of it. Don't look bad now.
No.
Now, here, you take it and nail it up.
Nail it up? On a door, you mean?
Yeah, sure.
Oh. Yeah. Let's see. Doggy, now, whereabouts is that hammer at?
Right there on the floor, right where you left it after you opened them crates we got from the wholesale house.
Oh, yeah, here it is, down here. Where?
That's something else I wished you'd learn, Abner, to pick stuff up after you get done using them.
Uh-huh. Well, I generally do. I reckon I was just so busy I never got around to this one. I'll pick it up right now.
Yeah. Give you advice all the time. Goes in one ear and out the other.
Uh-huh. Let's see now. Now, whereabouts do you want it nailed, Hum? On the inside, or you want it nailed on the outside of the door?
On the inside, of course, right where it was before.
Yeah, all right, I'll get it.
We're using a bell to wake you up, not the folks out on the street.
I don't need no bell to wake me up.
You need something. Don't bend them nails over that way, Abner. Pound them clean in.
Well, now, I ain't doing that, Lon. They're just bending themselves over that way. It ain't me.
Well, it's 'cause you ain't looking where you're hitting. Pound them square on top of the head. That's the time. That's better. I have to tell you how to do everything.
Hi, doggies. Is that all right now?
Yeah, it's a little crooked, but I reckon it'll do the trick. Open the door once, see if it works all right now.
Yeah, sure. Doggy, that works. How's that now?
I believe that's going to be all right.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Maybe now we can find out who our customers are. Won't have to leave notes laying around.
Now, Lon.
Try it one more time.
Oh, all right. It'll work, though, I'll tell you. Hang a minute
Oh,
here.
my goodness.
Hey, what's the matter now, Grandpa?
Lucky thing for me, I read this book or I never would have known what a trouble I'm in.
Trouble?
Yeah, I got to get out of here and find Doc Miller before it's too late.
Yeah, well, now, wait a minute, Grandpap. Come back
Can't
here
wait,
now.
Abner. Can't wait now. This might be serious. This book says so. Can't take no chances. I'll see you later.
Yeah, well, just a minute, Grandpap. What's wrong with you, anyway?
It's my ears. I got danger symptoms.
What symptoms have you got?
Well, I keep hearing ringing noises in my ears. Sounds like a bell.
Huh?
Goodbye. Oh, there it is again. Hey, Doc.
You know, folks, in these busier times, nerves, energy, and digestion play an important part in getting that job done. And listen, everyone, an adequate amount of B vitamins plays an important part where nerves, energy, and digestion are concerned. Now, the vitamins of the B complex are of such nature that the body cannot store them for any length of time. And that's why you should start getting your B vitamins the easy, pleasant, economical one-a-day way. One-a-day brand vitamin B complex tablets have been developed by the makers of Alka-Seltzer, and they're a new and improved way to get the daily amounts of the B complex vitamins, whose daily requirements have been established. For the amazing thing about them is you take only one tablet once a day, and the job's done. Now, that's all. Take just one tablet of one-a-day vitamin B complex and forget about it. No fooling around with 3 or 4 tablets or capsules or spoonfuls. Just one tablet daily, and that's all. Think of the convenience. Think of the economy of taking only one tablet a day. then be sure to ask your druggist for one-a-day brand vitamin B complex tablets right away. Another great one-a-day product is one-a-day brand vitamin A and D tablets. So don't forget to ask for those vitamin A and D tablets, too. That name, remember, is one-a-day. And say, just to be sure, look for that big one on the package.
Hearing that ringing in his ears, Grandpa is. There you go. From 83 years ago, May 15th, 1942, Lum and Abner here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Visit our webpage at classicradio.stream. More comedy tomorrow. Robert Taylor sits in for Jack Benny on the Lucky Strike program. George Burns and Gracie Allen. Also, Harold Perry is the great Gildersleeve. Life with Luigi and the Couple Next Door. That's all coming up on our Friday podcast. Thank you so much for being with us here on Classic Radio Theater. I'm Wyatt Cox. Have yourself a great Thursday.